when the dream you just woke up from was the sequel of your dream from when you were 7? Would you work at a cemetery for $600 an hour? Me, arguing with a ghost at 2 a.m. Judge, I find you not guilty. Me, thanks, I won't do it again. My lawyer, when someone says they live in a remote area. My mind, I'm a legal observer, which means I can pull out your entrails. Me, getting 6 trillion snacks at 4 a.m., trying to not wake up my parents. Always remember, you're not ugly, you're just broke. Girls, after accidentally offending each other. Men, after insulting each other's bloodline for an hour. When you're on your last warning and bro tells you to look at the teacher's shoes. Teacher, find a partner. Teacher looks at me, or you can work alone if you want. Me, dog bed. They dig and mess around and then get comfortable. Genius. I'm rarely a hater, but when I hate, my hate comes from a place of ethics, nuance, and critical analysis. How guys look at you when you break your spear during the mammoth hunt. How I told bro I'm going to hop on the game in 5 minutes, but it's been 2 hours and I genuinely hear him in my house. How the weather in the morning of field trips used to look like. Dude, did you use a nether reactor for the thing on the right? Is this pocket edition? Me at 3 a.m. wondering if I should just touch myself or be a better person. Warning, you are running out of it is what it is. Are you sure you want to continue? Help. Me trying to not move an inch when the bus driver applies the brakes. So people around me think I'm strong as hell. When somebody wrote, turn to page 72 in your health book and it's a picture of bobbies. Turns on the subtitles to understand the foreign language. The subtitles, both speaking Japanese. And I'm done eating. Only takes 4 minutes for you to eat. It takes me, I eat food way too quick. I gotta chill. What really hard is what you dumb people think it is. Guess I'm dumb. POV. You're bored, so you decide to make use of your eyes and make everything blurry. There are 2 types of people in this world. And you know what your dog hates? They hate both of them. Deer when they hear a branch snap. Deer when you're driving 60 miles per hour towards them. Apple users. OMG, have I ruined my MacBook? PC users. Is this affecting performance? College core, you sit in the class for attendance, then go home and teach yourself. Hey Huggy, I think the ice cream truck is coming. I don't like this painting in my hotel. My son sleeps like a Victorian child dying of a plague. My wife asked me to put ketchup on the shopping list. Now I can't read anything. Don't underestimate the swag of a white boy who's pumped up on orange juice. We ruined such a good thing. Insurance companies are the ruin of civilization. And this also makes it a lot hotter for us. No shade. What guys in cartoons be seeing when they are hungry and haven't eaten in a while? This is a commuter's dream. The instant you leave your driveway, you're already on the highway headed to work. This is a horrifying idea. Toilet paper resignation. I have chosen this type of paper for my resignation as a symbol of how this company has treated me. I quit. Created a new virus in biology today. Can we buy this from you? The only 2 children at Disneyland, seeing each other through a crowd of child-free millennials. People always say cyclists need to be more afraid of cars because in a collision, the car wins. It doesn't have to be like that. We can both lose. Being 30 in the 80s, being 30 in 2026. Alright, which 30-year-old made this meme? You are not young, you're yunk. I'm at the level of being sick, where the universe smells like fermented beans wherever I am. Never mind, there's a dead person in my apartment pipes. You respect my beliefs? Yep, then why don't you follow them? Because they're your beliefs, not mine. Cave divers with 4 kids entering a cave named Satan's Nutsack with a 200% mortality rate. The world right now and memers, or everyone, I mean, what can we do about it other than laugh? I stopped next to you at Costco. What do you do? Tell you to stop filming strangers to try and get reactions to validate yourself on social media. People are not accessories for you to use on social media. His wife told him to shave his beard. Halfway done, and I look like a girl now. The type of girl the universe sends you when you're broke and not ready for a relationship. A concretosaurus eating rebars. How people in medicine commercials be moving. As if the side effects weren't cancer, severe diabetes, and a 90% chance of death. Finally, we found them. It's the fishies from this drawing. I didn't even know they were real. French people, when you pronounce all the letters that they put in their words. When I hear, you won't, so now I have to, because I can't have you questioning my gangster. The Himalayan vulture displays its striking false eyes. A clever adaptation that makes it appear larger and more intimidating. Genuinely, how does nature do stuff like this? Evolution, millions and millions of years. Netflix is raising their prices. Again, who would have thought? I don't know how we've allowed ads to be shown on a service you pay a subscription for. A subscription! subscription. That's a monthly raising my price from free to free. Recent surveys show people, especially Gen Z, no longer believe hard work guarantees a better life. The American dream is over. Seriously, because it doesn't. Mark an X where it hurts. It hurts everywhere. It hurts everywhere, boss. Always check IKEA's kids section. That's where the real design team is cooking. Case in point, this giraffe lamp. Bro's face after I scream, "He's reaching!" to the state trooper during a routine traffic stop. Why is pee always yellow in cartoons when it's a reddish brown color in real life? You can't just give me basic painting tools in Tomodachi Life because I will be doing this all the time. This guy was completely naked and started doing something in his car at the red light. Crankshaft in my car? Yeah, way ahead of you, buddy. Frog mouth helmet. Time is a flat circle. This guy is the maddest a video game character has ever made me. More than any villain. What are you talking about, dude? I've combined Luppy and Luppy into one Luppy. Invasive species versus a second, stronger invasive species. Australia did this at one point, intentionally releasing cats into the bush in an attempt to control the invasive rabbit population. Now we have invasive feral cats, as well as invasive rabbits. A third, even stronger invasive species will surely do the trick. I never said the movie was good. I said I liked the movie. Those are two very different things. Sometimes my roommate gives me the house cat a middle part. When she's bored, I must study you. They're friends. You idiots, these are not them. You've captured their stunt doubles. This is why I hate video games. It appeals to the male fantasy. Your wife, friend, and soulmate. Meet Fideli, the most photographed dog in the world. Sorry, I can't come. All my clothes look stupid on me. Waitress. What else can I get for the lovely couple? Oh gosh, no, we're just friends. The guy. Okay then, you can get us 2 bills. Excuse me? Don't forget she had 3 refills as well. Like, how do I get men to pay attention to me? I'm literally in my underwear next to my boyfriend, and he is glued to his phone watching a YouTube document on medieval sword making. Hey, Melderbell. Hey, what's the name of that documentary? Jackie Chan movies be like, I don't want any trouble, which is why my foot is on your face. Economy is so messed up. Scammers went from, you won the lottery, to remote job opening earning $15 an hour. Me listening to someone lie when I know the truth. Your ancestors. You, who inherited diseases instead of money and land. It's like they've let me down. Ask a Satanist anything. How's 8th grade going? I wish so much unbelievably stupid stuff had not happened in my time. So do all who live to see such times. This is all exceptionally stupid though. 50 cents, 50 rupees. Like his chains. That moment when you find out your dog is infantry. Losing it over the sign at my dentist's office. Regular brushing could have prevented this plague. Nobody fell off harder than that hammerhead shark. It was a top shark for me as a kid, and now completely obsolete in media and conversation. 7 dogs stolen from their owners have gone viral after escaping their captors and making their way home. The group is believed to have traveled around 17 kilometers together, led by a corgi across highways and fields. Dear Pixar, I have an Oscar-winning movie idea for you. My mom bought me a 2-carat ring. Carrot, I think you mean. No, you're wrong. I meant carrot. I said it right. My 4-digit pin protecting my 2-digit bank account. If anyone feels sad tonight, please hold this thought for a minute. The bees in my yard are now so familiar with my walking pace and usual route that they sometimes stop and wait for me to pass when our paths intersect. Polite bees feels my body and gets anxious for no reason. What is it, boy? What do you see? I finally saved up enough for my own place. It's not much, but it's mine. Raccoons would be such useful pets due to their thumbs, but unfortunately, they also possess the devil's mischief and can't be trusted. Visa, I don't think people should be allowed to buy these types of games. Nobody's talking to you. Just process the payment processor. To confirm, this 100% AI generated passage is the opening of chapter 5 from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Loved her work, but this is really disappointing. I hope she can clear this up. She's AI. This economy is so messed up. You'll be sitting here and thinking you're bad with money, and all you did was buy food. My girl and I are naming our new puppy. Excellent suggestion, Google. Oh yeah, I like that one actually. Miley. I recently read, if you were lazy, you would be having fun, and it has completely shifted my perspective and my own executive dysfunction and ADHD. I'm sorry, what? Lazy people don't feel guilty about not doing anything. It's insane to me, and I have been trying to make make my brain believe it for a long time. It shocked me to my core when I first heard it. What are your favorite defeated civilizations? Western civilization. For years now, I've been itching to use touche in a conversation, but I am yet to encounter a person who can make a better point than me. Touche. Thank you. Next. You failed? Congrats. Most people don't even try. What's funny about these images is that they actually give pretty good advice. You know what's funny about this image? You only fail if you give up. When you're exploring a dungeon and discover the traps are massive and facing the wrong direction. I went to the zoo once and saw this thing they would call an anteater. That was quite enough for me. Me, after accidentally stepping on my cat's paw. My cat, after parkouring off my face 18 times today. This is my favorite lobotomy before and after picture, ever. I would get one if I saw this on the news. My daughter lost her first baby teeth. So proud. Keep her away from sunlight. 110-year-old Turkish grandma shares her secret to a long life. Ban Roadhog in all your ranked games. The blue parrots that inspired the creators of the animated film Rio. I've returned to the wild after 20 years of disappearance. How the 4 employees you despise the most be lined up on a Tuesday shift. Yogurt makes mice slimmer, sexier. Scientists' notes. The rat's looking kind of sexier today. Very breedable. When a small amount of money enters your bank account and the food at home starts looking boring. I just want a covered porch so I can sit outside in thunderstorms like an old lady with my coffee and mumble, we needed this. No, because we really be needing it. This looks beautiful. God, this makes me hate my life. Found my Homer Simpson Rubik's Cube. You're hurting him. Free green glazed donut at Krispy Kreme. Lex Luthor. Hey Superman, you gotta try this donut. It's so good. His greed sickened me. My dad made a meme and asked me to spread it as far as I can, so here you go. I'm not a robot. Got locked in the home bathroom from this morning, so I kicked the door down and made it back alive. Good morning. Every post I see from Japanese Twitter is incredible. I like this photo of American men and meat. Someday I would like to join in. Thank you for working out for 17 years, even though it was only 100 yen. Nothing like microplastics. Yo bro, they made a device that can make the Costco chicken bake talk. Dude, there's this ridiculously huge bird perched on my bike, and I can't get home. If you're ever nervous, remember, Moore was the first Sith to appear in 1,000 years. Imagine that pressure. Sloths, probably the least threatening animals you can think of, mainly because they're so slow. But imagine a world where sloths can move really fast. Now picture this thing scurrying at you over 20 miles per hour. $900 for a PS5 Pro. Without disk drive, Mr. Squidward, without disk drive. Oh, your dream bathroom starts here. Let them help you refresh your bathroom with a bucket. Hunger and sex are different sorts of motivations. Hunger responds to a need. If we don't eat, we die. Sex is not in this sense a need. If we do not have sex, we may feel like dying, but we do not. How do you know nobody ever died from the lack of sex? Because you're still alive. After the end credits of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, they're going to zoom out and have this guy sitting in a chair somewhere, like Thanos. I keep seeing these on cars and I have no clue what it means. I'm assuming they like to fish. A Roman official inspecting an eastern town in the late 2nd century. Never stop being a good person because of bad people. Good advice. That is the thing you should take away from watching this video. Dad, did you go to the same school as me? Yes, the same school as you, only 35 years ago. Why do you ask? Well, Miss Johnson said today that she hasn't seen an idiot like me in 35 years. Butt size, but butt shape is much better. It's more important. But when it's night, butt is butt, okay? Doesn't matter. The platypus is possibly the weirdest animal. It's a mammal but lays eggs. It's duck-billed, beaver-tailed, otter-footed, and venomous. It has electroreceptors for locating prey, eyes with double cones, no stomach, and 10 chromosomes. It has 10 chromosomes? I didn't know that. Dumb as hell. Still cute. The first rule of cooking is to have fun and be yourself, and the first rule of baking is to stay calm because the dough can sense fear. This is true. When I was 6, I threw a tantrum because I wanted a slushie from 7-Eleven, and I remember my dad saying, I will never buy you a slushie. And literally right now he came in the car with a slushie, and I was like, why didn't you get me one? And he looked at me dead in the eyes and said, remember when you were 6? My dad still got me slushies when I was 6. Good morning, babe. Good morning, my love. Babe, I have a problem. Don't say I, say we. Babe, we killed someone. You and who? When your human says, who's a good boy? And you already know it's you. I wonder what little Ice is up to these days. I think he's willing to die for his gang. Nobody. BMW drivers in traffic. My child is an honest student at Center. Oh my god, I can hear the voices, the terrible voices. The unclean one is risen and he thirsts for blood. Gather around me, you son of Kralash. There is a man somewhere right now who has no girlfriends, no side chicks, no sneaky links, links, no text, calls. Just him. How is life, bro? This is more guys than you think. Back in 2009, I wanted to be different so badly that I would run this piece of crap weapon and lose every gunfight. It shaped my life's trajectory in ways we can barely begin to comprehend. Yeah, because as a little kid, you want to be different so bad, you didn't even realize you do things which would make your life harder to be different for no extra benefit other than looking different. Just ate 3 of these raw chickens in a sandwich because I thought these guys were already cooked. Am I cooked? How do some of you make it to bedtime unassisted? Parents. They're saved by their parents. Project Hail Mary opened with 141 million worldwide. It costed 190 million to produce. It actually feels amazing when a non-franchise movie that feels actually good succeeds. You're typing it like it's an indie movie. It's at a budget of 141 million, but I'm not hating, don't get me wrong. I love Ryan Gosling, and I also really want to watch this movie. I've heard amazing things about it online. I think it's like an 8.4 on IBDM or IBDM. I don't know the name of the website. Family friend sent me an AI-generated response to the news of my father passing away. I'm so sorry hearing this. At least there's a small mercy in how quick and peaceful it was for him. No drawn-out pain, no fears stretched over. Okay, I don't know this situation. I don't know who this person is to you, but maybe they just wanted to write something which they know would do a better job of what they could write. But if they're doing it because they're lazy, yeah. But even so, using AI when someone... Yeah, I just think it's a bit tone deaf. Guys, my mum doesn't believe me that this is Gatorade. When you're in a deep conversation with yourself in a made-up scenario, then you realize you're low-key showing signs of mental illness. I've been in trances of overthinking, going deeper and deeper and deeper into overthinking, and then I'm like, hold on, you're insane! And then I just stop myself. That's quite a relatable thing, right? I accidentally left an earplug in the washing machine, and it doubled in size. Put it in the washer again and see what happens. Most annoying page to write on. I'll DoorDash this $12 item. Dash a tip. Service fee. Existing fee. Your total, $74. 79% of men apologize, even when they're right, just to end the argument. The other 21% are currently sleeping on the couch while being technically correct. Bro disappeared like he never existed. New York woman hit for $43 million on the slot machine, but the casino claims it was a malfunction, and they offered her a steak dinner instead. They claimed she only won $2.25. That machine wasn't malfunctioning when it was taking the people's money. Headache, stomach ache, it just sometimes does that. Men never talk about their feelings to anyone. Me and bro at 2 a.m. on the game talking about our life experiences and dreams. Bro, I'm having a stroke. You'll be okay. See? Startup idea. Peel off wrap on cans. You never know how long the top's been exposed. Babe, wake up. They invented a new thing to throw into the ocean. Remember when appliances had 0 smart features and they worked forever? A circle in the triangle factory? Between the nothing burger and the everything bagel, there's the somewhat sandwich. What humans used to hunt down using only a stick. The stuff they're afraid of now. NASA shares 1972 versus 2026 photos of Earth. She's lost the light in her eyes. Ready to eject Linda? This action cannot be undone. Flight attendants will eject Linda from the plane mid-flight. Don't worry, your arrival time will not be impacted. Americans, as expected, still believe in ninjas. Translated from Japanese. You mean ninjas aren't actually real? Kids, after you tell them to not throw a 10-pound toy truck at the back of your head. Finally old enough to do anything that I want. Too tired to actually do it. You can draw 100 drawings and not be an artist. You can cook 100 meals and not be a chef. But when you kill one person, memorizing grammar and tense and learning the formulas for it. This one sounds right. Living in Japan. Going to Japan as a foreigner. I'm 50 years old. I'm 1/5 of the age of the United States. Accepting it because what the hell else can I do? Jesus. Table for 26, please. Waiter. But there are only 13 of you. Yes, but we're all going to sit on the same side. Bully starts threatening new kid. New kid doesn't get scared. He starts beating the bully. Teacher doesn't come to save the bully. A woman has been fined $1,400 after pleading guilty to gluing googly eyes onto an $88,000 sculpture nicknamed the Blue Blob. Oh, come on. They fit perfectly. I want everyone to take a picture with a box of Cheez-Its on your head and post it to the Cheez-Its Facebook. Do it now. We're here for this trend. What the hell? That tweet is 10 years old. You know that, right? Bella wasn't fooling me or anyone. When the beast changed into a human, I saw that look on her face. It was disappointment. Beast should have looked like this. When your boss says, we'll get it done somehow, and you realize you're the somehow. When your dog attacks your ex, who slept with your closest friend, and you get a tattoo to honor his loyalty. This is funny because you can see that the dog is fully aware of what he did, and he's proud of it. South Korean engineers created artificial muscles 30 times stronger than human tissue. Oh, this is not good. We do not need superhumans in this society. Today I learned French unions have designed special barbecues that fit in tram tracks so they can grill sausages while they march. This is a nation of professional protesters. The PS3 turns 20 years old in 2026. Congrats, you're getting old. People who played on the PS2, people who played on the PS1. Genie, you have 3 wishes. I wish I was always right. Okay, you have 2 more wishes. No, I have 3. When your phone hits you with a year ago today, 2016, I'll buy a house for my parents and I. 2026. Can I even afford the rent? Greg will not stop referring to his testicles as Gregsticles. How do I discourage him from this behavior? Greg has been muted. A labubu was left on Karl Marx's grave. The sentence was never meant to be said. Made brown rice on the white rice setting, and it was fine. Wondering what else doesn't matter. Our life. I once thought they were the same person. Same kind of time for bed. Good night, my brain. If the strongest acid dissolves everything it touches, then how is it contained? I accidentally kicked the seat in front of me. Oh, please don't scratch me. Imagine drinking this at 2 a.m. My favorite turn-based strategy game. Every steak had a heartbeat. You literally end more animals in your shelters than you save. In fact, in 2023, you euthanized 2,471 animals out of the 3,136 you took in, which, if my math is right, is an 80% death rate. Shut the hell up. Wikipedia is the only website whose marketing strategy is threatening to end itself if you don't pay. Rami Malek and Emma Corrin are reportedly dating. I know the eye contact in that house is unsettling as hell. This is the best photo ever produced by mankind. Bro posted up next to his work looking proud as hell. At the push of a button, it will reduce every other car into red dust. Or rust. Wait, red dust, rust? I wonder if that's where the word came from. I'm gonna go look up its entomology. Yeah, I looked it up. It turns out entomology is the study of insects. My guy, where are your meds? He's learning. I'm with you in the dark. I'm with you in the dark. Gas stations be like, best I can do is a penny off. Shakira says people were just watching and not doing anything when her bag was stolen by wild boars in Barcelona. I too would be standing in a stunned silence if I saw a wild boar steal a bag from an international pop superstar Shakira. I made a breakthrough in graphics rendering. A breakthrough or just better lighting? Just better lighting. Clothes too dirty for the closest. What? Closest? You mean closet? I might trip. Closet is not spelled like that. For a second I was gaslit. But too clean for the laundry. Welcome to the chair. I brought you some coal. Not tired. Google harvests all of my data. Google knows where I live. My browser history, my face. Google still asks if I'm a robot. Stop engaging in AI fruit slop and instead embrace tradition. You have a math exam. You can use calculator. Only 2 questions in 2 hours is given. The problems have no numbers, only letters. Read 20 pages for school. Read 800 pages novel for fun. I need to go out more and socialize. Also me, every time I'm free. Burn out as a kid. Burn out as an adult. Me in 2021. I'll buy a PS5 when it will cost $300 or less. 2026. Me, watching someone on Reddit getting cooked for having the same opinion as me. Face of tapeworm under microscope. Opens a daycare in your lower intestine. Catholic. This is the most Italian picture of all time. Pure drip. The pizza place I ordered from had smiley potatoes as an option topping, and oh yeah, I got them. My wife didn't enjoy the whimsy as much as I did, but they're growing on her. Meta-imposter syndrome. When you know a lot of people have imposter syndrome, but you've witnessed how competent they are, so they're not like you, the real imposter. Just earned my first $100 from coding. Really? How? I sold the laptop. ADHD brain. Memory successfully saved. Where exactly? I don't know, man. Elizabeth Olsen is pregnant with her first child. If it's twins, she has the chance to do the funniest thing ever. Front-facing black skimmer. Whatever, man. This is against God. We were never meant to see a skimmer like this. Please rotate him to his natural position. Peep this bite I just set myself up for. You're lucky. Wait, Mario's on the moon? I didn't know this. Mario Galaxy. Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane says it takes 10 months to a year to make an episode of the show. You're telling me Family Guy started 451 years ago? Is this guy a vampire? The Merrimack Police Department in New Hampshire is asking for residents to look out for a missing 40-pound, 4-year-old African serval named Spartacus that is a family pet and legally owned and permitted. If I find a giant cat that can make coffee, it's not that family's anymore. Thinking about my optometrist who was treating my eye infection and said, if it hurts, you can rinse your eye with boiled water. Look at me. I want you to understand that I mean water that has been boiled and has since cooled down, not boiling water. Do you understand? I'm so grateful for this man ensuring that I wouldn't destroy my eyes by pouring boiling water in it, because it is an adequate assessment of my intelligence. This is a man who has experienced the public. Leave the cow. What? No, don't yell at her. Leave the stupid cow. Alright, I'll come back for you. Come on. Kaisenet reveals he has a wall of hate tweets for motivation. Printing in dark mode is diabolical. I know that printer was going through hell. 2 sticks of RAM costed $900 because of this, by the way. Dad's at the start of a family road trip versus dad's 2 hours into that family road trip. White-throated dipper. Being a fish sucks because you have your usual gallery of underwater predators, and then you also have to worry about a demon from another realm appearing to kill you too. Imagine what they think of us. We're the worst type of demon. I forgot to water her for a day. She's fine now. So dramatic. She was dying. Thank you, Google Maps, for protecting my dog's privacy. Do you hear something? There's a tank above you. Is it falling? I think it is. Perception check. You needed a 10 but fumbled. Okay. I'm sick and tired of cooking videos, assuming I have 40 perfect little bowls to put ingredients in. Grow up. Me, thinking why a whale, big, would eat krill, small. Then I remembered rice, young. So few people appreciate the wisdom I have to offer. I'll put my music on shuffle and be annoyed if I don't get the right song. Plot twist. I have no idea what the right song is, but I know when I will hear it. I don't know what the right song is, but I know what the wrong song is. I totally dominated you at the museum, dude. Pondered every piece for a couple seconds longer. Scratched my chin with more curiosity. I stood up reading the description of that painting for 20 seconds longer than you. Pondermogged. Everyone is freaking out about this remodel, but what's actually wrong with it? Yes, the soulless dentist's office aesthetic. They took this picture at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. These just being almost 3 months apart, when she wants me to open up. But I already told her my full name and favorite color. When you've planned your sick day and someone says, see you tomorrow, what's the best insult you have ever heard? Overheard at a job site. Terry, having you around is like losing 3 good men. Why don't you pay me like 3 men? Tom Holland's bold look. Tom looks like Eminem's younger and lesser known brother, Skittles. I used too much pink and burgundy. Does it even still look like clouds? I'm not gonna lie to you, but I thought this was a piece of ham. Me too, I thought it was some sort of meat. Now you see me? Now you don't. They should keep making more of these. Like, it's Fast and Furious with increasingly absurd magic tricks. What the hell? Anthony Starr fans are pushing for him to play Albert Wexter in Resident Evil. He previously shared that he agrees with them. 90% of fan castings come down to a haircut. My roommate thinks we're stealing his milk, so he started marking the levels. I've been adding more just to mess with him, and I think he's figured it out. Are you putting milk in my milk? Maybe you are stealing his milk. See why he's paranoid. The only 2 poses I know when taking pictures. I don't even know what to do when taking photos. I'm awkward as hell. Frosty the Snowman voice actor, Jackie Vernon, exposed by Sun for having 3 secret families. The money was so good back then, you could have 4 families. That man is gooning to video game characters of a game he's never played. Well, let's hope he watched a YouTuber talk about the law. He didn't do that either. I need feminism, because when Jesus does a magic trick, it's like, whoa, a miracle. But when a woman does a magic trick, she gets burned at the stake. Fabulous. I mean, they did also kill Jesus. That was a pretty significant thing that happened. Like, I understand where you're coming from here, but they very much did kill Jesus. And then he came back. Average. My cat/dog has passed away story. Average. My hamster has passed away story. When my mum and my sister were little, they had a hamster each, and one day my grandma accidentally fed one of them bacon, and they liked it. A little too much. And one day my grandma forgot to feed them, and one of them was gone. The other suddenly gained weight. When you find out how much the previous owners paid for your house, hurts just a little bit. This cretin has been dropping sticks down our chimney for weeks, and today he finally accidentally dropped himself. This is the face of someone who knows they've been had. Sent this to my older sister who's dating a younger guy, and she almost disowned me. Hey man, want to learn something neat? There are more human slaves than there ever were. What, are you saying like right now? Explain, lobster. Knowledge is the heaviest burden. Main character during cutscene. Main character during gameplay. Street rules are funny. You can betray my trust, lure me somewhere under false pretenses, and rob me. But snitching means I'm the one with a moral deficit. Steam will soon show you estimated FPS before you buy a game, based on your PC specs and data from users with similar hardware. Why would I ever use any other storefront on PC at this point? True. Met a girl last night. This is how it's going. Hey, good meeting you last night. We should hang sometime. Who's this? Jake. This is Megan from the bar, right? Nah, man, this is Trevor from the Wendy's. Oh, damn. She gave me the wrong number. Stay strong, bro. Come by for a free Frosty. You're not gonna give me your Frosty, are you? Alright, man. Whaler made scrimshawed whale, ivory seahorse, pie crimper. What did I just read? String of words your grandpa lets out when he stubs his toe. Give me your greatest love story. I was dating a girl, and on our second date, she made me dinner at her apartment. Sometime during the evening, I walked around her place looking at the art she had on the wall. One print looked very familiar. She said she found it at a thrift store a few years back, and it was the first decoration she bought when she moved to the state. Then it hit me why it looked familiar. My grandmother had painted it. I'd been looking at the original my entire life. My grandmother was a prolific local artist, but it was the only painting she had ever made into a print. Anyway, we've been married for 16 years now, and the original piece hangs in our home. This is how you run a business with a spine. We will not have any bunnies available until after Easter. Bunnies sold as Easter gifts to children are the most abandoned animal a month or two after they are brought home, and we do not wish to support this. Sorry for the inconvenience. What is wrong with some parents? What is your most on-brand story from your childhood? Apparently in kindergarten, I brought in a book for show and tell and read it to the whole class. Teacher excitedly asked my mum, "Did you know she could read?" My mum replied, "She can't. She just memorized it. She knows when to turn the page." That's good memory. While you ignore me, there are 10 more women ignoring me. Don't ever feel special. Driving for DoorDash is usually pretty boring until something like this comes through. Instructions. When you get to my stoop, please press 5B on the buzzer and wait for me to come down. If there's a big dude sitting on the steps claiming the food is his, do not believe him. That's Larry. Look him dead in the eyes and say, "Screw you, Larry." He has successfully hijacked my dinner on 2 separate occasions, and I refuse to let him feast on my dime a third time. Protect the bag at all costs. I'll tip extra. Oh, really? You know what I would do to Larry? I would set up a fake order. I would say, "Oh, yes, it is for you, Larry. Here it is." And it's poisoned. Larry dies. A farmer discovered that one of his cows cried for hours whenever he left, so he began taking her to the train station with him. She would wait patiently until his train returned, then walked home beside him. My father is my favorite person. They say AI is going to replace everybody, but it's Sunday. I got cinnamon rolls in the oven, a beer in my hand, and no plans to put on the pants. How are they going to replace that? My best feature is that I'm blindingly intelligent for about 30 seconds a day. I don't get to choose which seconds. They are not consecutive. True story. Flight attendant on Delta Airways posted this picture with the caption, "Only one paying attention to the safety demo. Awful day yesterday. American tourist appears out of nowhere. I love your accent. The lingo down here is nice. My day just got a little better. Thank you, burger person." The fact she played all 3 at the same time. An icon. Ashley is the voice of Candace. I don't know what's the other shows. I just know Candace. I didn't know it was her though. What is a chud? Your brother just called me a chud. You're a chud, dad. IT security in 1990s. Laugh all you want, but the information on those floppies can't be hacked from half a world away. This Japanese pen is going viral for containing a real parasitic worm living in herbal oil. Umbrella Corporation 5-year work anniversary present. If you don't watch a series entirely, you are not a true fan. If you do watch a series entirely, you are not a true fan. You are only a true fan if you are powered by electricity, have multiple flat blades, spin around really fast. Aw, they should have replied with Japan and electricity. A good neighbor is a blessing. A few weeks ago, my dog passed away. I was very sad as I had him for 15 years. Today, I heard a knock on my door. It was my 90-year-old neighbor. She had crocheted a little toy dog that looked exactly like mine, collar and all. I bursted into tears on the spot and gave her a hug. She's the best neighbor ever. You gotta look after that lady, man. A 22-year-old Dominican man married a 72-year-old American millionaire woman because he loves her and she loves him. That guy after a few years. Why is her heart when your coworker won't leave you alone and the cook notices it? The chubby guy is in love with you. Having a baby. Boring people. Is this a personality? Footsteps. Footsteps in Japan. This person is wealthy, but they are not your enemy. This a-hole, however, with $1 billion, she's thicker than zoo glass. She's like the only fat 9 I've ever seen. Men during Women's Day. Women during Men's Day. iPhone screws, so tiny. Or you have a really big finger. Yeah, it's hard to tell without a banana. How can I understand this? There's no banana for scale. Where the hell is the cursor? This is too stimulating. How can you get any work done like this? this. Hunting dog for sale, considering literally any offer I get. Ranking every TikTok I've watched this year. Ain't no way his parents named him that. Chris P. Chicken. A man can do anything under pressure. I have an image of your house. People that live in New Zealand? I don't think so. He used to be kind. What happened to him now? Who? Trump. No, bro. She just needs a real man who brings out her little princess side. And her dirty side. Name me 3 deodorant brands. Death sentence. Your execution will be on the 20th of October. Your family members and friends may also be at risk. God's favorite planet. God's favorite planetary system. God's favorite galaxy. Real world. All of these things existing at the same time. Fictional. Each one of these is a different planet. I will never forget my grandpa's final words. Stop shaking the ladder, you little bastard. Yo, chili dog, back up already. I fed you for the week. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I go. That dog is not human. Society. Feeding junk food to wild animals. Society. Feeding junk food to children. Had Chinese food for dinner. This is the entirety of my fortune. Then I picked another cookie and it had no fortune. That one person who's actually unemployed. Hop on. I'm at school for another 3 hours. Setting a timer right now. Hey, it's been 3 hours. I just got in the car. What is he even trying to play? Roblox. Going to bed because you're sleepy and the sleepiness suddenly leaves your body. Bro, drops towel. Bro, you know that she's your sister? Why are they together? What? Can you explain the joke? I'm slow. Say thank you in Spanish. El thanquito? Crying. Draw this in your style. Me, on the very first day of working for Umbrella and hearing, oh my god, it escaped. A clanker running away after being caught speaking to a prototype on To Catch a Beta Test. I didn't know she was still updating, I swear. Every illustration about grocery shopping be like, always baguette in a paper bag. Always Miku green onion. I don't want to hit AB y'all's bad lash days. 4 times 2 equals 8. YouTubers then. Now, clip on mic. What's the difference between a cat and a comma? One has claws at the end of its paws, and one is a pause at the end of a clause. I say, indeed. Exquisite! I might paint a picture of a clown. Whoa there, friend. You might need to slow down. We do not talk about this. Where's her inhaler? Typing in font is corny. How the hell is typing in font corny? You literally type in default font right now. So if I type in font is corny, you won't be typing at all. Them YNs tried to steal our food. YN? What are we on? Wattpad? This girl has 7 missing assignments, bro. This happens to be in the moment I like a character a little too much. Favorite character? Are they me or married to me? Cut nails. File nails. Take care of them. All that sand and no glass for a window. Are they stupid? Accessibility design. By people who can walk. Small coffins are the hardest to carry. They are the easiest because of the size and weight of the person inside. Woman sent to 15 years in jail after running over the man that killed her dog. I'm not saying she's right, but I understand. When your shower turns you into a safe cracker. Melts tungsten. Comfortable. Absolute 0. To-do list. Bite the hand that feeds me. Put all my eggs in one basket. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Last night, I argued a bit with my girlfriend, so this is what my breakfast looks like today. Yeah, the steak and lobster comment. We've all seen it. Too juicy and buttery. If this was my house, I would have a little boat and wear a mask and paddle around pretending to be the Phantom. That tag. Perfect. My dad. Don't throw away any of that stuff. It's useful. The stuff. That isn't junk. That's a complete set of might need that one day. Who's more greedy? Mr. Krabs made a guy unwatch a movie. The upstairs bathroom. The downstairs bathroom. The shampoo at my hotel knows what's up. The best shampoo you will ever steal. I told my husband that I would be ready in 5 minutes. It might have taken a little longer than 5 minutes, but when I came out, I saw this. I can show you the world. Back when Apple used to care about us. Dear men, this is your daily reminder to avoid marriage. A couple who have been happily married for 24 years and continue to love and adore each other unconditionally. Actually, it makes marriage look quite comfortable. Me, after telling a guy with mummy issues, you did a great job, sweetie. I'm sobbing. Where's your hoodie from? Under there? Underwear. You said underwear. You did too. What it looked like, what 8-year-old me thought it looked like. Is this a controlling, abusive boyfriend, or just my 6-year-old niece after I miss her FaceTime call? When you see my name pop up on your screen, you answer. Had spotted this wonderful Google Maps listing before. I can't believe it was accurate to the meter. As an incel of color, I agree. Everyone shut up, an incel of color is speaking. Today's youth looks like this. What do I do in this situation? Objectively, the most romantic gift someone could bestow. Enormous, cosmic, crisp apple. Pause doom scrolling to stare at this apple. I am no better than a horse. Return to Monkey Bros, when they steal a time machine to go back in time to 15,000 BC, to a more primitive time, but all they see is Atlantis at its full glory with working UFOs and free energy. My husband has dissociative identity disorder, and I'm cheating on him with one of his alters named Reading Richard. Throwback to the time me and Speed tried not to laugh. Ref, you're bugging. That's a fumble. LARP workout. Wait, why are you actually LARPing now? How is the whole sentence blue? Is that ReZero? I canoed home from the club. Oh, what was that? Him. You're the most jealous woman I know. Me. So you know other women? Theodore, we talked about this. Theodore, what the helly? Bro, this ain't me. Why are you saying you're a femboy? If roughly 700,000 people die in hospitals each year, why don't we just close all of the hospitals so nobody dies? I choked on a mozzarella stick and I blacked out until my mum yanked it out of my throat. Someone here deadass said they almost died to a mozzarella stick. If a Chili's triple dipper is the last thing I see as the world fades to black, I wouldn't be too upset about it. These really worked for me, so it's an advertisement for some teeth whitening? Jeez Louise. What the hell are we supposed to do? Ooh, ooh, wah, wah, ooh, wah. I love eating spicy wings. Me, a few hours later, bite them. My entire day, a scheduled phone call. I'm at a job interview playing one truth, 45 lies with the interviewer. How many chefs do you think were wrongfully executed in the medieval era because the king's food tester had a food allergy? Hey man, these are the type of questions I want to see in my feed rather than those rent due tweets. Friend, and everything has an end, but if smoking king, drinking, tweaking. We should be doing those things. That plant in the back looks like Goku's hair. Can this be a solution? Bro thinks they can just Mad Max a couple million barrels of crude through the deserts of Oman every day. Having a pet is kind of awesome. What do you mean I've got a little scoundrel running around named after the guy in Dracula who eats bugs? My scoundrel eats bugs too. Nominative determinism. The people have asked to see the scoundrel, and who am I to deny you? Mr. Renfield, ladies and gentlemen. You, the stupid beam. I don't know why men go to bars to meet women. Go to Target. The female to male ratio is 10 to 1, and they're already looking for things they don't need. How glasses work. How my friends think. I like when you're in the grocery store and you see people buying eggs because they always pick up the carton and then open it like it's a metal briefcase full of cash involved in a drug deal, and they're confirming it's money. Don't bother counting. It's all there. 12. Then they always pick up one and inspect it like, yeah, it's grade A, alright, the real deal. People are checking to see if any of the eggs are cracked, you walnut. Me, staring at the drinks aisle like this for 3 minutes just to get the exact same drink I always get. I found a paper I wrote in 5th grade that got an F on. My prompt was, imagine you are sitting on a cloud. What would you do or see? I wrote, I would see the ground as I fell because I would fall through it because in science you told us that clouds were just water mists. Basically the American education system. What do you want him to say? Athletes doing media after a loss? I was thinking how funny it would be if they had never changed Sonic's design. And if he still looked small and chubby like in the 2000s. I got this cool self-care app that has you take care of a bird, and I've been beating the hell out of Bro. Here's Bro. Baby Skibbity. I need to find a desk like this again. Even though it wouldn't fit anywhere in my house, I would block a window for sure. My van is a kid. What it felt like. When your stay-at-home mother is your dad. Mods! Hello, I'm Chinese. Can I see your American work meal? I am working 14 hours today. This is my lunch. My desktop wallpaper cycles between these two images, so every 10 minutes I am overwhelmed by the loss of my horse or overcome by the fear of its return. Eggs and Bacon. It's a short song sung by Candace while she is carrying eggs and bacon to her mother. Her artistry and talent. Crazy. Old lady at work said I was an absolute gem to work with, and this image flashed in my mind. Finding an art account that speaks a different language and does nothing but draw your favorite character. I hate mate training. There is so much to remember. Nonsense. We have pots and pans to clean. I want to be a wandering knight too. Ah, sweep, sweep. You do not sweep the dishes. The most hateful person you've ever met. Piece of media explicitly against hate. Big fan of said media. Fascinated by this. Got a migraine that just won't quit? Try this hack. I fear this is something only someone with a migraine would think of. Me, fighting all of the police officers at my daycare to get to my waifu. I know a super hot shower is bad for your skin and hair, but being boiled alive is important for my mental health. Check out this duck I got. It's called Smell. Found this bird unable to fly, so I gave it artillery. Konyo's up close. I'm 5 feet away. How much do you want to bet that was filler text and they actually forgot to replace it with an actual caption? Turnip, round root that is eaten as a vegetable, and that our illustrator said he could draw no problem. But look how badly he messed it up. Predator and prey. If there are no questions, we can end this call early. I have a question. I'm on PC, but I don't have money to buy games. When I'm in a delusional opinion competition, and my opponent has a marble statue profile picture, what's the game? game. Plays the game. Goons to the character. Angry bird. I mean, thanks. I'm not gay. Yes, you are. Guys, how do you make those? You guys remember being 15? That was messed up. Age distribution of hospital visits due to punching walls. I love that 169-year-old that punched a wall. Looks like a cuss word. They finna kick me out of nursing school. Why is it coming out of its eye? There's so much to unpack here. Between the dude cutting wood, Gramps with them pound cakes, and then the clown. What's Pap Pap doing with all that plap plap? How it feels to see your teacher outside of school. That's not how it works for cats. What else do I put in this stupid Altoids tin besides coins and a crystal? Maybe a crystal and coins. Forcing my ugly little son to hold the instructions open for me. The club sucked so bad. Me and my Pikmin are going home due to the aforementioned club being so sucky. Why did you bring your Pikmin to the club? He likes the espresso martinis there. If I was a fish, I would be so curious I would swim up and look for a little bit, and then I would swim away because I'm a little scared. That time my situationship was so bad, I went out and bought a 300-pound gong. McDonald's CEO taking a bite of the product just to satisfy the board of directors. You could lose your whole family along with everything dear to you in life and get some BS like this in the comments. I don't know, they're on vacation right now. Ask this guy. So, well, I averaged from 1 million frames of last week tonight. John Oliver trying to communicate through my dreams to warn me about the oncoming apocalypse. Some of you can relate. They poop 145 times a day. I'm on the toilet and this made everything come out at once. A cat in Japan causes 30-second delay, becomes a national case. Naples with a horse on top of the train station's roof. Amateurs. That shrimp be like, why did you remind me of my childhood trauma? What the hell kind of childhood did you have? But the cow had a family. That's why I always get the family size. If you think about it, it's just a needy omega. I'm crying, what's an omega? Giving him back. Thanks, bee's father. Where is the forest? The confused spider. The bee's sister. Bro, it's been well over 24 hours. The bee's mother. Tyler, this is an act of war against us. Sympathetic architecture. Behold, my creation. Mount Littlemore. Bum. Do. Bum bum do. Wa la la. La la. 2026 Dodge Charger. Look how they massacred my boy. Science. Me. Math. Let's get rid of that. Thank you for changing my life. I'm literally just an operating system. When you donate $1 to a streamer. Now, say my name. Wait, this is a law now? Lick it or ticket. You snooze, you lose. Anti-nap propaganda. Changing it to you snooze, yay, yippee. Imagine your bike has been at the Wright Brothers repair shop for weeks and you see Orville suddenly whiz over your head in a contraption. Once you skip one class, they all start looking skippable and there's no going back. This is why Batman never kills. Bro, if you just hustle more, you can be bound by these gold chains instead. Me driving to work at 6 a.m. because I was too shy to start a YouTube channel 10 years ago. Now is the second best time, guys. 1 year in here for $30 billion. You have no books, movies, phones, consoles, nothing. Can you do it? People are talking about this like it's a matter of keeping yourself entertained. You will be seeing the Hat Man by day 8. I don't want to see the CEO of Five Guys eat a burger. I want to see him try to pay for a meal with $20. Preach! It's called Five Guys probably because it takes 5 guys just to pay for a meal. What's it called when you're so disconnected from reality that cold water doesn't feel like anything and you can barely taste food anymore? Depersonalization, locking in. Thursday, say I'm alive. I'm alive. Oh my god. My cousin has 2 deaf parents and just posted, you don't know the struggle until you run out of toilet paper and everyone in your house is deaf. Fix his sleep schedule. Gets annoyed by how endless the days suddenly feel. Thinking I heard something in the middle of the night. Realizing my dog didn't bark, so it's definitely nothing. Albert Einstein before his iconic photo with his tongue out. I'm in 5k debt. How can I get out of debt? I'm 23, no job, no degree, got 5k in debt, willing to do anything. Since you're willing to do anything, you should consider getting a job. POV. You're getting overstimulated and you're about to be the rudest person. My anger level usually. My anger level when I'm accused of doing something I didn't do. This is why PC gaming never gets boring. Modders have like 3 jokes. Shrek, Thomas the Train, and CJ from San Andreas. Women are kind of like strawberries. Sometimes they at the grocery store. The opening of the Topgolf in Little Rock is going great. Why do they have spotlights on her like she's King Kong? Found out someone I actually quite like has beef with me, and it feels like this. I'm really big. Ignore that thing next to me. Just trust me. You're ignoring it, but it can hurt you, buddy. The biggest lie I be telling people is, I respect your decision. I really don't at all. That sounds stupid as hell to me, but that's your life to live. A man was arrested in Kenya for pretending to be a lawyer and winning 26 cases. He decided to defend himself in court and won again. Not my home, but I know my way around. How I feel after I smell the rain and say, it's gonna rain, and a Category 5 hurricane destroys bro's house. Someone just bid 12 million for Logan Paul's Pikachu Illustrator. I'm no genius, but here are some signs you're overpaying as a buyer. The seller is smashing a gong, having a party, screaming, no way, bro! And if it's Logan Paul. When I load into a game and I realize I'm going to be fighting my Wi-Fi instead of my opponent. My favorite detail about Miss Simeon is that she is over 2 million years old and everyone is just chill with that fact. How guys would feel after saying, who asked? To someone whose entire family died back in 2021. Florida woman caught running an unlicensed real estate business out of a Denny's for 14 months. Japan is the most advanced nation on earth. Look at this Ford tech. Nothing here even comes close. My wife got a flat tire yesterday night and they found this in the tire. Yo, is she beefing with Naruto? I hate people who know highways. I'm heading south on L65. Okay, man, I'm moving my rook to C2. Do you hate them or do they frustrate you? Because hate is a strong word to use. How are you feeling today? Hatred. I'm feeling this way because people know highways and I don't. Things I can do to prevent myself are end myself and kill other people by Fortnite. Something others can do to help me feel better are die. Right now, I need alcohol. I'm done with my worksheet. Is the first session free? Girls Dolls lives a wonderful life. Boys Toy Soldier, who survived 123 world wars and is heading into another one. Perpendicular sprinkles on a donut, because why not? 4 years ago, I asked my best friend to flirt with my boyfriend to test him, and now they're coming over for Christmas Eve dinner with their 2 kids. Airport people calculating the bill for a cup of coffee and a donut. How it feels buying an energy drink from the gas station while filling up your car. How I be filling up my car with gas and the shadowy figure keeps telling me to put a match in the tank. Who is she? I die every time I post this because everyone thinks it's a cat, but it's a fursuit. Pokemon scalpers even got the dang soup. How parents who drink 20 cups of coffee every day react when you buy an energy drink. Appropriate footwear must be worn while on the premises. Minimum requirement of thongs. So I can just wear a thong with some boots on. Alright, I'll be doing that. Dad's looking at their bank account now that you've moved out and quit leaving the bathroom light on. Don't give advice to someone who didn't ask for it. Sorry, but who asked for this advice? When I buy a chocolate croissant, this is how much chocolate I expect to have inside. This isn't a chocolate croissant. This is a chocolate Wellington. Canadian B, USB. How the hell did a generation raised on South Park and Family Guy become so offended by everything? I'm never going back here. 15%. Are you kidding me? 18. Sure, I guess. The bare minimum. Come back anytime. Now we're friends. I want Chipotle so bad right now. Are you expiring? Mexican scientist successfully eliminates HPV. I know her parents didn't name her Mexican scientist. What the hell be up with these headlines? It's 2026. I found a rock that looks exactly like a tiny shoe. Somewhere, a tiny rock person is missing their shoe. The number 87 kind of looks like a plague doctor. You've just changed the game. I'm all for this raw, scratched aluminium look. Let the tools be tools. Old robot women with aluminium stretch marks. I'm currently hyperfixated on soaps. I'm carving bars of soap out of wood. I mean, soaps are great. They symbolize cleanness. They smell good and feel good. And just the soft shape of it, the cool sensation, the shape of it in your hands, my precious soap. A tiny New York house went viral after being listed for over $300,000. Despite having no bedrooms, it has 1 bathroom and measures just 446 square feet. That's literally a shed. Capitalism breeds innovation. Was only ever true in the mid-2000s when cell phones kept getting more and more messed up. Healthy and diverse breeding practices. Wheel of Fortune. Puzzle. Here. Category. Greeting. Contestant spins wheel, $5,000. Contestant L. Pat Noel. This is a horror novel. I heard a kid say, "But dad," and his dad said, "Did you just call me but dad?" You're grounded. How it feels using the context clues on question 14 to go back and answer question 8 correctly. Women's shampoo versus men's. Beautiful flower scent for shiny, perfectly healthy hair. Unfurl your luscious locks and be yourself. Extreme men cleaner. Never be dirty again. Special military grade formula. 1001. Complimented a cashier on her turtle pin this morning, and she said, Oh thanks, I am a little bit of a turtle person, with the carefully contained energy of a cookie monster telling you he's mildly fond of chocolate chips. I hope she and the multiple tons of turtle merch she definitely has at home are having a wonderful day. I love it, I drew it. I hate to say it, but my relationship did in fact get 100 times better once I started focusing on showing appreciation for all the things my partner was doing and stopped nagging about the things he wasn't. This image is extremely powerful to me. You have to be the thing that saves you. Putting on my active listener face when I'm actually knee deep in the disassociation pool. Police cats. You can tell they eat donuts with the officers. Why is he aura farming so hard? The first time I've ever cared about a mannequin's lore. Can this guy not make me remember the stuff I said when I was 13, please? Every time I hear the word come, I get dirty thoughts. And some of the guys in my class play fight, and sometimes they accidentally get on top of each other while they still— What? Where am I? Who are you? Unki's having the best sleep of his life. Female me, is this true? Shopping, shopping, shopping. Close your eyes and then barely open them. You guys will see a certain man. Cliff was born for this job. Cliffhanger. Rock climbing instructor. China, 1 building, 30,000 residents. The pizza delivery guy. 0 caffeine, 0 sugar, calories. You're just selling water at this point. I hate when a guy asks, can you cook? Can you build a house? Screw you. That means you can't cook. He either has a girlfriend or no girlfriend. It's usually like that for everyone. Police caught me. The evidence they show is AI generated. Guys, please help. What should I do with this space? Rent it to a PhD student. A recent survey asked 12-year-olds what they had done over the past week. 83% answered, your mum. Truly wonderful, the mind of a child is. I really flew to Japan just to stay in my hotel room and use my phone. That's actually honoring their culture. Me, drinking from a soggy straw to save the planet. Leaders. Me, at an important meeting, wondering how they got this big table through the door. A castle in Japan is currently on sale for $64,000. By the way, no one should buy this for a bunch of reasons. When you hit that crack in the sidewalk while shoveling, boy is running like he's got the last clue to the mystery. I need to warn the others. Run. How I imagine that one friend must see life. It's a 16th century book nook. Imagine monitoring the situation from here, trying to fix my sleep schedule, but the world is so nice and quiet from 12 to 5 a.m. I feel like this event was born out of a lie that got out of hand. Be honest. Would you run naked 5 minutes in a mall for 1 BTC, Bitcoin? A brave man running naked covers his crotch. A wise man covers his face. And an even smarter man can cover both because he has 2 hands. The billionaires investing in space don't want Star Trek. They want Dune. Your Honor, did you consider— Yes, I considered every possibility. Have you seen the size of my head? I like old tools and found the plaque on this 40-year-old 8-foot tall bandsaw rather humorous. First blood. Dave. Poor Dave. Hope it was just blood, not bones. 5-year-old me, watching my balloon float away 3 minutes after my mum bought it for me. The type of stuff I start seeing after not taking my meds for a week. The enemies. 17-year-olds when I'm 9. 17-year-olds when I'm 17. 17-year-olds when I'm 30. Should I do memes about age? Age memes. I made my first payment towards my student loans today. Brick by brick. $50. Bro, you covered 32 seconds of interest. Was about to do some laundry when this face popped up. You are about to wash him. This groundhog comes up to our office window every day for lunch. I would never send my mum to a nursing home. She'll stay with my brother, who was always her favorite. My dad, when my mum asks for jewelry. My dad, when I ask for $10 billion. Me. Call me anytime, I'm always available. Also me. I've got 32 missed calls. I'm a water nymph for places like this, I think. Bro chose to be the mythical equivalent of a catfish. You can put 30 different fruits in a smoothie, but you can put a banana. But you put that banana in there and now it's a banana smoothie. Out of all the bills you pay, what's the one you hate the most? I don't discriminate, I hate them all equally. Don't talk to strangers. Don't give your data to strangers. Never click on an unknown link. When your girlfriend leaves you little love notes around the house, you've been poisoned. Guy number 1 humor rule. Once we confirm you're alive, everything that almost killed you becomes fair game to make into a joke. When my hair caught on fire and my brother called me Ghost Rider for 2.5 years. Tell me, why do men become everything you want and need after you leave them? Suddenly they become great fathers and husbands. It's truly a magical trick. Perhaps you were holding them down. They were digging a metro in Naples and accidentally found 3 Roman ships. Italians will find any excuse to take a break from manual labor. You compose a song that soldiers will march into battle with. It ends up being associated with the circus, clowns, and people people acting like idiots. I know dictatorships are bad, but maybe if we try with me in charge, it'll be different. Bro, this robot took my job. Even the unemployed are in danger. In the Middle Ages, it was not unusual for two kings to sleep in the same bed, as a public act of diplomacy, trust, and political alliance between kingdoms. It's not gay, guys, it's for diplomacy. Today I walked 5 kilometers, mostly around the Old Town area, which was unusually quiet this morning. I too would walk for kilometers if my city looked like this. The American exchange student showing up to the Battle of Hogwarts, about to change the whole dynamic. What trains looked like in the early 20th century. I hate everyone who took this from us with a burning, raging passion. That's your ancestors, our ancestors. When you bite the inside of your cheek while chewing food. To enter the castle, confirm. I am not a peasant. It would be cool to be able to read this. 2 chicks at the same time make a wish. Sir, I think you are confused about what we do here. Why not? I thought you make dreams come true. My last meal. Are you ending yourself? No, I wish. Just fasting. Nurses deserve more flowers. I've seen the nurses in my room more times than I've seen my doctor. Almost every 4 hours they're coming around. Real, but if your doctor starts seeing you every 4 hours, you might need those flowers for yourself. Let's watch this video of fireworks I took last year. Said no one ever. Be there or be what? Be what? Finish your sentence. I'm waiting. Be there or be circular. Canada is the easiest city to rage bait. City? It's a massive country, bro. A man named Joel Berger married a woman named Ashley King, and Burger King paid for the entire wedding. Imagine turning your wedding into a fast food commercial. Yeah, well, it's free. They really spent a lot of money. It's time. It's not time. It's March. I don't want to see this. It's time. Would it be wrong if I peeked through the keyhole? Yes, it would be. Very much so. Just not for the reasons you're thinking. He's looking at the screen like he's asking the audience Dora the Explorer style. Many of you would crumple under the pressure of having a cat that stares at you like this. Those ears. Wow, I love to sit cross-legged without moving for several hours straight. Okay, time to straighten my legs, man. I'm so excited. I feel like a suit of armor that was attacked by a welder. You can really tell the demographic of this website is aging. I am 19 years old. An iPhone 12 in 2024 is crazy. I stopped knowing the difference between iPhones the day I started paying rent. I would only upgrade my phone if its performance starts slacking. Getting memes ain't no joke. I wish me crew had something to sink the enemy ship with. The ever-reliable 6-pound cast iron cannonball. Me. I have many hidden talents. Someone. Like what? I don't know. They were all hidden. Dumb questions get dumb answers. The hot water is not working. How? Can you send me a photo? It looks like this, but it's not hot. We actually knew each other 180,000 years ago. We warmed our paws together, but you forgot. Men, after finding out what women's romance novels are actually like, don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't. Teacher gave us assigned seats. Oh, you're sitting next to the kid who eats the desk. Nice. For my cereal, the forklift's lesser known relative, the spoon lift. Why are you asking if we can 3D print butter? Me. No particular reason. Someone creates a pirate website. People use it. Some idiot makes a video about it on YouTube/TikTok. Website gets taken down. USPS tracking. Step 1. We don't think it exists. Step 2. Delivered. I don't have this game. I have absolutely no idea why I'm able to write a review for it. Men are supposed to lead. A woman who doesn't listen. In Star Wars Episode 12, Padme chose this outfit to tell Anakin they couldn't be together. If someone wore this to a date in a dark room with a fireplace, yet had no intention of doing anything physical, it would slaughter billions too. I'll never forget you, Indian restaurant owner in Mumbai, who asked where I was from, and when I said Colombia, he excitedly said, Columbia Pictures, while doing this pose. When you leave things for tomorrow, and tomorrow arrives. Netflix in 2016 versus Netflix now. This pen was the equivalent to having an iPhone 17 back in the day. Is 8 hours a lot? It depends on the context. Gaming? No. Work? Yes. What level of adulting have you reached? Why is there so much sugar in everything? Sugar's fine as long as it's not refined, processed. Hey dad, can I use the lawnmower to make some extra money? You sure can, son. Thanks, dad. Never said how I would make money from it. Remember when appliances had 0 smart features and they just worked forever? When Pinocchio is roasting you and you realize his nose isn't growing a single inch and you get out some termites. Turning 40. Are you ready? Born in 1986. What? That's 40? Damn. Normal human. Electrician. Pensioner. 81. Who became a gang getaway driver because he was lonely. Is jailed. Free my man. He did it, but free him anyway. Shout out to my lawyer. I was facing 30 days in jail, but he got me 9 years of probation. Never cool Paul. Dave getting back tomorrow? He'll be back Tuesday. He will. It's 2025. You can just edit the message. I'm a millennial. I fix typos with A. Editing messages feels morally wrong. 5 years ago, I pooped myself in an escape room. It's my brother's favorite story. Today, he had frontal lobe surgery, and there was potential for memory loss. This is the first text he sent me from recovery. I survived the surgery, and I still remember what happened in the escape room. I think I'll take the extra 7 minutes. So, the annoying part of dating a 30-plus man is when you tell him, leave me alone. He says okay, and actually leaves. The annoying part of dating a woman of any age is when she keeps saying one thing, she might mean the other. A 6-year-old Girl Scout from Pennsylvania has sold nearly 87,000 boxes of cookies in one season. She's aiming for 100,000 boxes to earn a trip to Niagara Falls. 100k boxes for a trip that would cost a fraction of that revenue is insanely evil. Yes, the parents are evil for this. That's horrible. Take the kid away. Done enough. That movie you want to watch isn't available on any of your 17 streaming services. You can rent it though for $9.99. You know how long I waited for the Google Maps to update this? Yes, I spray painted this. How Times Square, New York would look like without ads. Hey chat, is this mushroom edible? That's what you get for listening to ChatGPT. Thousands of smoke detectors recalled over potential fire hazard. Well, how the turntables. Choose a major you love and you'll never work a day in your life because that field isn't hiring. A treasure hunter is suing the FBI, claiming he alerted them to 7 tons of buried Civil War gold. They stole it in a secret overnight dig. The gold is worth over just $1.2 billion today. Only a boomer could find $1 billion worth of unregistered gold, and his first instinct is to inform the FBI, and then act surprised when they steal it. I wouldn't tell anyone, I would slowly sell it, very slowly. Imagine you're Donkey Kong, trying to stay chill on the first date, but your date chooses a tour of a distillery. Freak out. This happens every time I get audibly frustrated. He's a therapy dog at heart. I found the perfect doormat. There is no reason for you to be here. When Pooh, Piglet, Eel, Owl, Kanga, and Roo all dressed up as Tiggers because Tigger couldn't find his family. Thinking again about how the names Arctic and Antarctic just mean bears and no bears. So as an Antarctic expert, I need to add to this that we had not in fact been to Antarctica when it was named. The ancient Greeks decided that because there was an Arctic at the top of the world with bears, there had to be an opposite at the other end without bears, which is kind of ridiculous, except the guys were dead on. Maybe I don't need financial aid that bad. Dude, just answer the question. What's the first name of the person you kissed? What is stopping you from getting nails like this? I don't have to swoop down and grab a fish from a river for food. I asked my husband to pick up a large sour cream. Here it is next to a gallon of milk. 5 pounds. The thing weighs 5 pounds. Did he or did he not pick up a large sour cream? Delta Airlines Lockheed L-1011 TriStar cabin in the 1980s. The past looks more like the future than the present does. And they were so optimistic about the future tech. Man, pigeon built its nest on anti-pigeon spikes. When you see the local crackhead tweaking while on your way home. But you just got fired, so you're low-key feeling the vibe. What happened to him? Why so many downvotes? He posted AI-generated content on Reddit. Then how did he get 120,000 upvotes in the first place? When I'm home alone and I hear a noise outside my house. Men used to go to war. I don't like war. I like vodka, Red Bulls, and feet. Ages 18 to 22. Ages 23 to 27. Discord will... I don't know why... Yeah, I'm not giving my ID to Discord. Go away. Asked AI to restore my damaged childhood picture. This was the result. Never going to Brew's house again. At least he's got soap. Made a pizza and sliced it like a psychopath because I remembered I have free will and can do whatever I want. Lost puppy. Be selling anything. $1. First robot to successfully integrate into Polish society. American samurai versus Japanese samurai. They are both so satisfying in their own way. What requires more skill? What's the worst fruit? I hope you die. I'm strangling you. What the hell is wrong with you? The worst fruit? Has God not made all of these fruits in the same light? Red delicious apples. I didn't want to be alone on Valentine's, so I went on a date I knew wouldn't go anywhere. Woke up to this text. I'm not sure if it's funny or just petty. Okay, well before I read that, you went on a date with someone who you knew wouldn't go anywhere. Interesting. Okay. Chris requests $100 for "You're like a brother to me" fee. I wanted free food and a night out, so I used some guy. Sucks to be Chris. Skill issue, man. It's your own fault, Chris. Supermarket trolleys in Sweden have a map of the supermarket for guiding. This wouldn't work in the US though, because most people don't speak Swedish, and they're also not in the correct shop. Throwback to when Arnold stood next to Andre the Giant and Wilt Chamberlain. They made my hero action look like an action figure. Boys be like, I wore this shirt yesterday, but I'm going to a different place, so it doesn't matter. Hey, sure boys are like that? That's kind of gross. I spent $30 at a casino, and I'm walking out with 128. I was so angry I lost 17 at first, then I got lucky. Cashed out immediately after though. No way am I letting this crispy cash slip from my greedy hands. I got greedy. For some reason, we were given access access to custom emojis on Teams, and it took people less than 24 hours to add the logo of the local unemployment office and start using it as a reaction when something goes wrong or upper management announces another bad decision. A cat has been banned from a school campus after allegedly triggering the college's security system. Rebel has spent months wandering into classrooms, and students now want to build him an outdoor hut. Why is there a 0 button on the microwave? I mean, who is heating their food for 0 seconds? Man, this is the perfect subreddit for you. So you want us to essentially dox ourselves in a data breach you will most likely have? No, but that sounds accurate. French Excalibur vanishes from rock it had been stuck in for the past 1300 years as police launch investigation. Alright, which one of you dorks is now the king of France? One of the most iconic photos ever taken in North Dakota. The Great Blizzard of 1966. 40 feet of snow, wow. People tell me I'm too literal. Autism tests are so funny. I'm extremely literal most of the time, but people don't tell me that generally, so I'm inclined to answer disagree, because I'm taking this statement too literally. I pretended to be a mute for 3 months, and now I can't stop. This started as a stupid joke, and now it's my actual life. Before anyone calls me stupid and pathetic, just hear me out. Back in November, I moved into a new apartment building. On my very first day, I bumped into my neighbor in the hallway, and for some reason, I still don't understand, I pretended I couldn't talk. I just nodded, smiled, and did little hand gestures. I thought it was funny at the time, like a dumb little bit I would drop later, except I never dropped it. For 3 months now, everyone on my floor thinks I'm mute. People hold doors for me, wave, sometimes even slow down their speech like I don't understand English. One guy even learned some basic sign language just to chat with me. The worst part, I kind of like it. It feels easier than small talk, but now the lie is too deep. I can't suddenly just start talking one day without looking like a total psycho. When you're alone with one of them, just say no. Nobody will believe you. Just buy a starter home. They're $800,000. Save harder. Rent is 2.5k. I did it at your age. In 1985, in 1985 when you guys were getting paid the equivalent of $75 an hour now. Minimum wage. Shut up. Tactics for getting your person out of the bed. 1. Look irresistibly cute. Plasma physics cannot be a real field. They've got meow squared in the denominator. Who would you trust more? Total stranger in a Star Trek shirt. Total stranger in a Star Wars shirt. No exaggeration, the vote split on this poll is hysterical. I'll never forget you, perfect February. If you're at a party in London or any multicultural city and everyone there is white, you should feel ashamed. If you're at a party and you begin the night by taking a head count of how many of each race there are at said party, you should feel ashamed. Glowing puppy in the sun. The entire point of life is in this picture. Child being a father and a dog. My new driver's license just showed up, and due to an error at the DMV, I guess I'm now legally a female in the state of Idaho. It's ma'am. I just drove my car into a mailbox. A very common 3D printing success story. This bolt on my helicopter rotor is rusted out. Robinson wanted $1,500 for a new one. I was able to 3D print my own for pennies. Companies can't scam consumers anymore. He's never gonna buy a replacement part again, I can confidently say that. When you joined the army to get your college tuition paid for. But you low-key realize you were genuinely born for this. A claustrophobic patient decided to get up during a CT scan. Bet this would be a fire album cover. So on a scale of 1 to 9, on a rubber duck scale, how are things today? They're pretty good, yeah. 2. Could always be better though, always be better. If I go to a cookout and bite a hot dog and it's a carrot, I'm fighting everybody. If I was American and this happened, I'd have a gun. Don't ask what I would do with that gun. Honestly, the highest compliment a man can receive. 5 stars. Ordered an egg McMuffin. Guy on the speaker says, pick a number 1 to 10. I say 9. He goes, alright amigo, pull through. At the window he hands me one bag with my McMuffin. Then another bag with 9 hash browns. No explanation. I asked him what the hash browns were about, and he said, man, you just look like a dude that appreciates potatoes. I'm not sure what this means, but he's not wrong. I never write reviews, but this made my day. Not sure what the game was, but I respect it. And I'm not complaining about free food. It was probably his last day on the job. AI is going to take your job. What job? Man with no clothes isn't scared of pickpockets. Do women cheat more than men? It's not even possible for men to cheat more than women. A man needs money to cheat. A woman only needs to be alive to cheat. Me, uncomfortably settled inside a warm blanket, about to sleep peacefully. You're bringing up old stuff. No, I'm just exposing a pattern. This is the one. This is the post. I added this to my favorites. This was in 2020 they commented that. And Elora said 5 hours ago, is it still in your favorites? favorites? I can't believe I'm a victim to this. When I stand up too fast, so I've got to hit this pose while I get my vision back. Cool, what about the money you owe me? Sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. They got me working in the meat department, bro. You're a meat watcher. 11-year-old hits a hole-in-one in his first round of golf ever. Screw this kid and his entire family. So Las Vegas literally just ends. How do you get that high in the air? They jumped up. I like how it slowly increases. I know, bro, sounds like a hurricane. Your profile picture is off center. Please fix it. I will be checking in the morning. Back in my day, you could go to Walmart at 2 a.m. and buy a rifle and a live lobster. Also a goldfish. It seems a lot of people forgot about the fish section. For like $6. Ants following a pheromone trail to go pick up a Jolly Rancher 200 feet away that isn't even there anymore. Not funny. This is someone's life. Pro tip. If you have more guns in your home than books, you're part of the problem. All my guns came with owner manuals. Checkmate. Admin, there is one good actually. Never underestimate the powers of the cats. Lunch for 2 days. I understand. Gym culture is so sad, bro. Testing a 20,000 watt light bulb. Imagine trying to sleep, but your neighbor's out here trying to create the sun. When your buddy is low-key unique, but you still mess with him. Which one is the unique one? We are all unique in our own ways, twin. Thank you, DJ Burger. Santa denies, be like, must have been science. I'm always kidding, unless you're down. This is what you call Schrodinger's freak. I have James Charles blocked anyway. No, you don't. How hard is it to not mess with minors? Are they that good? What made you continue typing after that sob emoji? Girlfriend's mice tangle their tails when cuddling. What? This is too cute. Fun fact, if your bobbies are somewhere between a 36C and D, then they weigh about the same as your brain. If you're above a D cup, you've probably got more bob than brain. I didn't know that. Okay, calm down, weirdo. Ah, the stuff in your cart sold out. You didn't check out in time. It's gone. This would annoy me so bad. The rest of the US. Florida, for some reason. Most realistic survival game. Looks inside. Starves to death. After not eating for 5 minutes. When you were cooking the perfect joke, but the topic changed too fast. My dream job. If money didn't matter, something terrible is about to happen to this man. Say hi. This photograph gives the impression the bear hired the photographer, timing my slow eater friend so they hurry the hell up. I'm not arguing with fast eaters anymore. You get the bowl. Thank you for putting it in terms I can understand. Freezing rain. Glaze of ice. Sleet. Sprinkles of ice. Help me. Which PC? Budget is $52.67. Need 5090, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD, 8K monitor. I got you, bro. Buy this. Then you can get it. You can get even more. Yo, bro, no disrespect, but if you go to my funeral, I'm not going to yours. Why? Some dude said why. The floating head of wisdom. Please don't fall victim to internet misinformation. There is no floating head. It's just a regular horse. Its neck is hidden due to the position of the camera. I made an image to help you understand what's actually going on. Man goes viral for his interrogation room photo. He's about to snitch on the whole neighborhood. I saw idiot as a size option for the rice. So I ordered it, and sure enough, an idiot-sized rice came. A group you can only join if you're ugly. It doesn't matter if the chicken or the egg came first, because I've already decided to eat them both. Mum teaching them weird behavior. Having an unemployed friend to text while at work is essential. It's like having a window out of your prison cell. People are afraid I will tell someone their secrets. Me in front of the fridge, trying to remember why I opened it. Cameras were set up in nature, and this is what they captured. Puma, other animals. Virginia, you guys are just making up states now. It's literally the first state. Huh? What the hell is this? Can anyone cover my shift tomorrow or swap for another day? My family is in town. Work group chat hates me. Belongs in the wild. Belongs in soup. I'm going to turn the rabbit into soup. My attempt at using an approximation of pi using E. Anti-stalking. Learning a person's routine in order to avoid them. Came up with this new game at work called counting. It's where you count, and that's all, and it sucks actually. Auto 1080p. Manually clicking on 1080p. Why can't we all just love each other? I'm so tired of people hating each other, fearing each other, attacking one another. We're only on Earth for a little while, and we fight amongst ourselves. It makes me cry. GPS map of a swimmer crossing the English Channel. Idiot. I would just swim in a straight line. Any guy can be a baby girl, but it takes a man to be a wife. Do you ever think before you post? Yes, I think tee-hee, and then I click post. Funny how none of these guys are relevant now. Hey, munching potato is still going strong. I am quite literally addicted to drugs. My game? God, crashing my PC so I go to bed. You fell for him pretty fast. Fell? That man took my traumatized and threw me over his shoulder and said, I want this one. How I feel, feeding information to both sides of the beef. Sorry, the word I was looking for was house. Okay, I'm at my lowest limit wits. Does anyone know if we have Joy and Whimsy tomorrow? Always. Loki sees him and unhand me. We're huge for the English language. You forgot yourself is a personal favorite. Furniture hitbox. Furniture hitbox at night. Coming home to my kitty after petting another cat. I forgot to give bro a blanket during the sleepover, so we got him dirt. I made a solution for the US. Trump people can live in the right and Harris on the left. German here, yep, don't do that, will cause problems later on. This is really embarrassing, but I hate it when it snows in here. Bro wrote a whole script for ordering McDonald's. Bro, who soldered my fork? This shade of blue. There's just something about this deep midnight blue that's so soothing. Spending time in my Zen garden. We need a slur for people who constantly use AI in ChatGPT. Third-party thinkers. Old, let me ask ChatGPT for ideas. Prompt puppet. I don't know, I panicked and asked ChatGPT. Call them clanker bangers, because they'd let a clanker bang them. This is the most beautiful money spread I've ever seen in my life. Almost appreciated capitalism for a split second. I ordered food and left my DoorDasher driver a $10,000 Christmas tip, but not in the app. I put clear instructions in the order notes to check behind the trash can. They ate my food and dropped off an empty didn't even give you your food. Never read the order notes. Some people block their own blessings. I think that was the Grinch ordering your food. What is the charge? Eating a mouse? A succulent field mouse? A city or country mouse? South America is a deeply unserious place. I've never seen these two animals together. What? Is this AI? It doesn't look like AI. You can cry in space, except that tears don't fall. They crash around me. POV. You died, and your loving cat of 9 years finds your body. Scalper's even got the damn soap. There's Pokemon soup? Why did I ever hear about this? I visited your altar of suffering, and it was shiny and clean. But when I visited your altar of enjoyment, I noticed a layer of... Inside an 18th century British warship, 10-year-old me would stare at this like for literal hours. Yeah, because it would be so cool. These were the best type of pages to read. Until President Trump. This was a snap-eligible item. If you willingly drink this, billionaires should be allowed to hunt you for sport. I've tried this before. It ain't that bad. I just know it's very unhealthy. When you ask bro what type of surgery he's getting tomorrow, and he says on his knee, then you remember one of the best 2024 memes. Hey, I'm the co-developer of this game, and I really appreciate you playing it. It looks like you have some fun too. That's really great. However, we never intended that players will struggle this much. I would advise you to look up some guides online, because you're completely useless and clueless, and probably our worst players so far. Me, having dreams about playing the game that I genuinely look forward to playing every day. My cat guarding her first and only baby. You don't know me. You cannot pitch a tent while in combat. Is it true the bus driver is allowed to touch your body? Claudia says, somehow I fell down these steps. About a week later, I took this photo for the insurance company. This is amazeballs. Well, amazeballs. I can't get over that. I know, it's like a mixture of mothballs and Amazon. I've got 50 minutes to make it look like I've been flossing for the last 6 months. The author of Jaws dedicated the last decade of his career to the preservation of sharks to make up for the misinformation his book spread. What's wrong, babe? You've barely touched your long distance, low commitment pretend boyfriend online friendship today. Nothing online is ever truly deleted, except that one thing you're looking for. I need a full body massage, a margarita, 400 mg of ibuprofen, a plate of brownies, and at least an hour in a jacuzzi, and $20,000 cash. The mouse, after you give him a cookie. We regret to inform you. You will regret you informed me. I used to believe when I was a kid that you have good ants and bad ants. This is the funniest character design I've ever seen. Bloodborne. This is like the Mona Lisa of Bloodborne art. Hey, ChatGPT, look under there. Underwear. I made you say underwear. Well played. Say home. Home. Your coordinates are. The light changed from cool to warm so quickly. From Medic TF2 to the Brazilian guy from the movie Rio. How HR perceives experience. 4.5 years. 5 years. People think I do all the cooking for myself and my husband because I have some trad belief that men don't belong in the kitchen. The truth is that I'm Italian and my husband is English, and I do not believe any English person of any gender belongs in my kitchen. Did you know that red pandas use their tails as pillars? My trust in people, 42%. My trust in Gary, 100%. McDonald's really dropped the hardest cap of all time in the 1980s, when you try to imagine your dad as a baby. The future has already came and went. America is falling. No one makes cool stuff anymore. Receptionist waits at her desk. General Motors Technical Center. 1965. 5. And here is my pregnant wife thinking she is sneaking up on me. I love kestrels because they are like falcons, but the littlest pet shop version. Looking through my notes app because sometimes I write creative ideas in there, and his voice was wet in a way he had only known spiders to be. What does this mean? Did you hire this thing to stare at us? No, she provides her services for free, for love of the game. I hope I get a call back. Applying to jobs and not getting called back factory. Hi, checking in. How are you doing? Applying to 100 jobs. Your data gets stolen and sold. Nobody reaches back out. It's over, and that's alright. I just rest my eyes. Is the biggest lie you're going to straight snork me land. My man taught me how to play pool last night. Get this painted in oil. Why does he look like Fortnite's holding him at gunpoint to emote? I'm sharing my office now with a web designer. He appreciates his nameplate. Herman the Office Spider. Web assistant. How to identify a chick. Male versus female. Unfortunately, there are no benefits to being a good person, but that's how losers think. How I feel after she calls me handsome. How I look after buying another thing that's basically useless but makes me unfathomably happy. Please don't invite me anywhere if there's no food. I don't care if we're running errands. We're not stopping for food. No coffee. No little snack. Homeowner. I would like to break both of my legs. Architect. Say no more. Look at his anger. Now see him fabulous. Miami man sold his food truck and bet $30,000 on the Miami Hurricanes and the over to win 150k. Easiest lock of 2026. This guy probably just dropped to bottom 5 happiest people on the entire planet. No joke. Just in, Disney to make $1 billion investment into OpenAI. Poop to invest 1 billion farts into butt. Even when they're 20 and 23, there's no tired like Disney tired. Yeah, I'm deleting Tinder. They gave one of our cats a school ID. A guy stopped me after mass and asked for my number. My sister witnessed it. I'm mortified. Would she date her looks equivalent? New white dragon spotted in China. Gang, you're not gonna believe this, but this is AI slop. Not to mum shame, but why are you letting the babies get mind controlled? How the teachers feel after saying, "I'll wait," instead of telling the class to shut up. How it feels to be ignored in the group chat. I used my mediocre sewing skills to turn an old sweater into a snood for gay as frozen ears. Babushka, do you have any beats? Babushka is making bosh. My employer emailed me to congratulate me on my 4-year anniversary, with a link to a button that said, "View recognition," which takes you to a page that says, "You are recognized." You can always tell when Americans have never been to Europe because they don't know about two. Don't give advice to someone who didn't ask for it. Sorry, but who asked for this advice? Painted GTA. It's a shame people won't appreciate pieces like this because AI exists. Genuinely screw it. His name is Bro. When you finally meet someone else, you can effortlessly switch between brain rot and deep theological discussions when the character is a joke, but the build is real. This is Banana. He has never had a single thought in his life. He looks like he's made of old carpet. Teeth. When I raise a hand to answer, but the teacher says, "I know that you know, let the others have a chance," so I just sit there with so much aura. You just knew it was about to go down when you saw this carpet. I purposely didn't buy any snacks to avoid evening snacking. Now it's the evening, and there are no snacks. Have you ever noticed how this mountain range and these rivers would make the perfect shape for a country? How it feels to be a sensitive young man with love in your heart. This probably feels so good to do to some little freak who thinks of himself as a sensitive young man with love in his heart. Psychosis is a mental health symptom involving a loss of contact with reality. When a person struggles to distinguish between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really puts it into perspective how small Europe really is. Just ate a green apple and 3 sticks of lettuce. I can never delete Twitter because I always see the most beautiful images known to man. AI will replace us. I don't see AI performing the Godzilla tail sidekick on the wife while she's trying to sleep. I promised my wife that I would never move on before she died. Now 15 years later with another wife and 2 kids, I regret making that promise. Breaking Bad without Skylar. They're so happy. She's 72 years old. Why does she have that image? Dinner ideas, please. No idea. Also, not sure. Thanks, Granny. This is $300. Do you want it? Who's this? Don't play games with me. What are you doing? Why are you so zoomed in? I need to see what you're doing. You're outside today. As the son of a single teen dad, good job. I know it's not easy. Your dad is a teenager? Was. Sorry for your loss. An evil wizard has stolen your package. I saw one today. Is there a photo? No, flew away. Happens. Try journaling, they said. Just so annoyed right now. The type of stuff Greek gods would do if you called them a poopy pants. Today, after months of deliberation, I finally asked a girl out. She sent a skull emoji, screenshotted it, and blocked me. Plain Greek yogurt. For me, this is the original version of this song. He wrote the song. Is the original version, he wrote the song. He wrote the song. I know, that's why this is the original. Not a single letter or number on screen, by the way. Under eviction. We hope you asked Santa for boxes and packing tape. We are out of lettuce till Wednesday. Please enjoy some spinach with your sub instead. He was being naughty, so I showed him rabbit stew recipes. Cantina chicken burritos are fire. You said you couldn't come to Zoe's party because you had plans. Yeah, I planned to go to Taco Bell. When you mess up your sleep schedule so bad that it loops itself and you find yourself awake at 7:30. Not even been 24 hours since and she's already hitting me up. You left my underwear at my dorm from last night. Joe Biden is going to Turkey for a hair transplant. Imagine if he showed up on Monday like this. Love my life so much, having sausages and mash tonight. I'll call you later, Jacob. Love, Grandma. Thanks, Grandma. Cheers, Grandma. She summoned all the Jacobs in the world. The McRib only comes back before a tragic world event. Take precautions. Heed my warning. What even happens here? First floor, thirst for, cest for. Apparently it's still a DUI, even if you're the birthday boy. When you're laughing with bro, but realize it's 5 p.m. on a Sunday. Meeting another investor for coffee, and suddenly Margaret Robbie appeared. That chair would be coming home with me. Bro, the women are pulling up, so don't be acting silly and whimsical, bro. 3 inches of snow and guys clearing shelves like the world is ending. What would you call this? Wi-Fi routers in Australia. You can enchant your, I guess, what do you enchant in a bus? Legendary thrift find. It's been a very long day. Nothing a little Mr. Krabs virus can't fix though. Just hit the craziest clip of my life. What are you playing? How to give police your ID with maximum efficiency. Toothpaste. Bro, what did my mum buy? Oh, where? At the toothpaste shop? The type of stuff guys put on the cover of extremely sour candy. Not my home, but I know my way around. You're on the 67 Gay Street. Cool. Sure, babe. Keep telling yourself that. Which of the following items might help a HR professional drive employee retention and success? A raisin pay is wrong. You need a ping pong table. Hit me with the harshest reality of truth. You do not have unlimited time. Your death will come on an ordinary day in the middle of unfinished plans, and the world will continue on without you. Thanks, Joseph. And you're here writing this on Twitter. A couple was spotted in Turkey using a cat as a tripod. I was out for some food yesterday. I gave this cat a lot of chicken because I was just chilling outside of this restaurant. And as soon as I was done with the food, I was just calling it over to, give it a bit of pets. And it ran off. It literally left. I've never been used like that by a cat before. In college, I had a roommate that would set his normal alarm plus a separate alarm for 3 a.m. so that he would wake up in the middle of the night and be excited about how much longer he had to sleep. Still not sure if he was a genius or a psycho. I used to do this, and it's very stupid because a commenter pointed out that you're just messing up your REM. And yeah, I don't disagree. Does anyone else ever get the random urge to get your life together in the middle of the night? Yeah, it usually wears off by the morning. When a woman is attracted to a man, she speaks in a higher pitch than normal. That explains why every girl I talk to sounds like Batman. FaceTiming my oven so I can see when my garlic bread is done. I ordered pineapple pizza from an authentic Italian restaurant, and this is what I got. Screw you. No one has been more deprived of getting that nut than this guy. He would destroy the world to get it. I finally got a couch for the new apartment. My friends were pretty excited. Giant amethyst geode from Uruguay. No, that's a magic rock that has outer space in it. My mum ordered nothing for dessert, so they gave her a plate of nothing written in chocolate syrup. You can't expect me to believe there is a race of creatures living in well-ordered homes who spend all day making candy while their evil counterpart hides out in menacing fortresses that augur only destruction. I could be the person writing one-time verification codes. 873726 290-971 041452 667656 comes naturally to me. They look so good. It's 2 a.m. and I have finally finished the shawl that I have been working on to wear to Easter breakfast, which is 10 a.m. That's cool. I just thought this was a table wearing underwear, proof that people will argue over anything. Here's a cup of water. Cheating on my husband made me a better mother. I feel inferior to my son's friend's parents because they're rich and married and I'm poor and divorced. I guess it didn't make you a better mother or a better person. Redditor asks the forbidden question. If there's toxic masculinity, then what's toxic femininity? He got the perfect answer. Sorry, this post has been removed. Come on, guys. Burger King is offering a 1-cent Whopper through their mobile app if you unlock the coupon while at McDonald's. Why does the Burger King app have quests? Why do they want me going near McDonald's? I just saw a guy at Walmart and he looked like Morgan Freeman. And he caught me looking at him and he pointed at me and said, "I'm not Morgan Freeman." That is something Morgan would say. Morgan Freeman. I work at a summer baseball camp where there is a free dress day One kid definitely took advantage of it. Remember how in school they had kids separated? Honors classes, regular classes, and slow class. See, the problem with Twitter is that they've got us all here together, and we're not supposed to be. The way all of us go round and round. The way this entire Coke can fits in this exact Coke glass. It's 1 a.m., and I had a solid minute where I stared at this and thought someone had peeled the Coke. Poor little guy looks like he's saying, "You want me to leave? Okay. You sure you want me to go? Because I can stay if you want." I was waiting on the pizza delivery guy to call me to say my pizza is here, and when my phone rang, I accidentally answered with "Pizza?" instead of "Hello," and he replied, "Yeah, this is pizza." This is what my family does for fun. They put firecrackers inside bouncy balls and they throw them. They bounce in unpredictable directions and explode in unpredicted places. Brilliant. When you realize they're starting to secretly gang up on you in a friendly game of Uno. Friendly. Heavy on the quotations. Someone spilled their Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the school lobby. So this kid got out his Dunkin' Donuts uniform and started directing traffic around it, saying things like, "Ma'am, watch out. This is a Dunkin' Donuts matter." When the air gets crispier, the days get shorter, and bugs go back to hell where they belong. I looked out my window to see a snow-nado in the mountains. Samurai hairstyle in animes. Real samurais back then. Why don't Uber drivers book themselves? Then they get paid to go anywhere. Infinite money glitch. I used to date a guy who was 6'4", and I'm 5'2". And one time we were arguing, and he took a picture of me from his eye level to show me what I looked like from his perspective. And honestly, that was so disrespectful. An old white dude in Taco Bell just saw me wearing my Walmart vest and gave me a speech about how I need to quit retail and get a real job so I could one day get a car like that, and pointed at my own damn car. For everyone that asks, I just said, "You're right," and then got in my car and drove away. I think my neighbor just got the largest item you can have shipped from Amazon. Detroit driver arrested after successfully jumping over drawbridge. If you look closely, you can even see the pain in his eyes. Man who robbed a bank to escape his wife is sentenced to house arrest. My favorite hobby is tagging complete strangers in relatable content. Me at the beginning of the school year versus me at this point in the semester. This is so us. I don't even know you. A divorced couple dividing up their Beanie Baby collection in court. 1990s. Looks like the guy's getting everything. My neighbor has a mini donkey that will chase you up the driveway until you scratch his head. I taught my grandpa the word selfie today. He showed me this picture of himself from 1947. I went to this bar that used fake IDs that they took to make their tables. An airplane Karen accused me of cheating on my wife because she saw me texting "I love you" to our daughter. Sounds like she's got to mind her own business. I've got a cool idea. We'll tell a story. Everyone adds one word. I begin. The end. Sometimes, when people don't buy tickets at the theater, my boss lets me play GTA 5 on the big screen. You ever spell a word so wrong, even autocorrect is like, "Nah bro, you're on your own." So my coworker received some flowers this morning from a random person. She told her man about it, and her man acted quick. Toss them weak flowers. I want my rats to grow up with positive role models. We watched Ratatouille together. Gravy was really into it. One time in 7th grade, I was having unbearable intestinal pain. Like, I could not move at all. It hurt so bad. So when I went to the nurse and she sent me home, and the second I got home, I farted for legitimately 45 seconds and all of my pain disappeared. A deeply touching story. We ran out of toilet paper and asked our downstairs neighbor if we could borrow some. This is how it arrived. The Korean taco place we got our takeout from gave us a roll of toilet paper with our meal. This girl blocked me because I told her she's Michael Jackson reincarnated. Buffins, winner of the title of Cat with the most appealing expression in 1958. Up until 2013, Pizza Hut was the largest buyer of kale in the US. They used it to decorate their salad. I'm so desensitized to messed up stuff that a pumpkin with a scary face carved in it was just normal to me. My dad wanted to celebrate 420 and came over with a luggage cart full of wings. The first person to eat a banana. This is not good. First person to peel a banana. Dude, guess what? I hate driving behind school buses because I know the cool kids in the back are making fun of me. You know that feeling of anxiety when you're about to walk past the security sensors on your way out of a store and you think, "Oh my, did I shove a TV up my butt? I can't remember." I knew my girlfriend was going to dump me, so I set up a profile called Add Profile on her Netflix account, and 3 years later, I'm still watching. Where do TV shows get this idea that high school is a constant drama? Nothing even happened to me in high school. I'm now remembering that my school got a Slurpee machine, then had to get rid of it 2 weeks later after someone poured toxic inject chemicals into it that they stole from the science lab in an attempt to poison the entire cheerleading squad. So like, maybe I was just boring. You know you live in a bad neighborhood when Pizza Hut is more secure than the bank. Look how Dr. Doofenshmirtz had a messed up childhood, but he didn't project his trauma onto his daughter. He's projecting it onto platypus. My grandma promised me Converse. Not what I expected, and not disappointed. My son is not a fan of showing his work. Find 6 + 1. It's 7 because I know. The US men's curling team looks like a group of dads that were just trying to get away from their families for the weekend, but somehow ended up competing in the Olympics. 13 years later, and I'm just realizing Jack's ability is Jack of all trades. Wait, if their names are puns of their power, then Violet is ultraviolet, which is invisible to the human eye. Shut up. 13 years. You guys are gonna flip when I tell you about Dash. I used to date a guy who hated my Twitter with a burning passion because it was unintelligent humor. One time he had a meltdown and nearly broke up with me because I tweeted egg and it got 200 likes. Americans genuinely believe they have better food than France. They really believe it. It's truly extraordinary. The French had 1,000 years and failed to produce a single Big Mac. We did it in less than 200. Just a shark in a parking lot in Florida. I was today years old when I found out Andrew Garfield's grandfather is the man who created the Garfield comic, and it was based on Andrew's childhood cat named Lasagna. None of this is true. Obsessed with Taiwan's down-to-earth Halloween party, where you only dress up as normal people in everyday situations. This is the woman looking for a seat at food court. I emailed my professor and meant to say, I'm worried, I don't understand some of the material on our next test, but I accidentally sent this. Professor Allen, I'm worried. How can a psychology major be depressed? Like bro, just look at your notes. Japanese artists create salaryman erasers that slowly turn into a bold old man as you use them. In 1959, a coffee maker was an optional extra in Volkswagen cars. Are you winning, son? No, dad. But this teammate I'm playing with online is very nice and is giving me tips on how to improve. Adults think children become more disrespectful as they age, when really, we just slowly feel that we are mature enough to express our own feelings and concerns. I don't know why, but he looks like one of those mummies that they find intact in ice after 5,000 years. My FedEx delivery guy is stepping up his game. For a split second, I thought something had gone terribly, biblically wrong with my cat. I want kids, but I don't want to be pregnant or give birth. But I don't want to adopt either, because I want them to be mine. Do you see my problem? Basically, you want to be a father. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. My guide dog in training visited a local school recently, which turned out to be school picture day. Today, they sent me this. Note to self, make a baby and put them in an octopus onesie. That's the only reason why you should have a child. My sister on holiday with the kids. They had a few cute towel animals left on the bed during the week, but just came back to this. My barber called me pronoun boy and made me pay extra for my cut, so I just checked the website. Non-binary haircut. My daughter and her cousin have always been close. On their first day of kindergarten together, the teacher asked her what side her cousin was on, mum's side or dad's side. My daughter looked at the teacher and confidently said, she's on my side. I wear a ring now, and the amount of men checking me out or talking to me is reduced by 80%. My guy wears a ring, and the amount of women checking him out or talking to him doubled. What is wrong with you women? I knew a single guy in college that wore a fake wedding ring because it helped him get attention from women. He got with dozens of women that thought he was cheating on his wife with them. When he told them he was single afterwards, they were all outraged. My dad just walked in, asked me, what do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question, and left. Next level dad joke. Things I like to do, things I'm good at, things I do, things that make money. I just moved into a new house, and the neighbors warned me that wolves often come into the neighborhood. A pilot was practicing for the air show in my town and made my day. He made a smiley face. Thousands of bags of Doritos washed up in the Outer Banks of North Carolina when a ship lost one of its cargo containers. They were apparently still good due to their airtight packaging. In South Korea, some stores package their bananas together in various ripeness stages, so you can eat them over several days without them going brown. They call them one-a-day bananas. That's the cleverest thing I've seen. Me watching my paper straw dissolve into my drink, while Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift fly their private jets from New York to LA for an iced coffee. It's better to try than not to, right? Are you financially better off than your parents? Are things getting better or worse, objectively speaking, for newer generations? That's a good question. Let me go upstairs and ask them. Apparently this locket I found is meant for the whole squad. You ever use your vacuum sealer for something other than food? I'm sending gifts, so I want them to be compact. Netflix's first logo, founded 23 years ago today. It's giving antidepressant box logo. The Lord moves in mysterious ways, but you don't have to. Please use your blinker. At 33, I'm like an old phone battery. Even when you charge me overnight for 10 hours, by 10 a.m. I'm at 60%. My boss called me into his office today and said he had been sent screenshots of my Twitter posts. Turns out he's a furry. I'm unemployed now. Hope you're all happy. 1500-year-old ceramic Maya figurine with removable helmet. A core aspect of the human condition is loving your little action figures with cool, removable accessories. When I was 6 years old, I kicked a football right in my grandpa's face during a big family barbecue, and his false teeth flew out. He yelped, "Clown!" instinctively in front of everyone, and that sneaks up on me during meetings and funerals. My favorite kid I ever taught when I was a swim teacher was this little 4-year-old Italian boy. One time he sneezed and nobody said anything, so he just went, "What, no bless yous for Giacomo?" My roommate and I quote this all the time, but the name keeps warping more and more every time. No more dinner for Gabilolo, no shower for John the Baptist, no gas station Slurpee for Ibelgroth. Imagine a doctor driving by an apple orchard and hissing aggressively at it like a vampire. An apple farmer and a garlic farmer team up to fight their mutual nemesis, a vampire doctor, Dr. Ursula. Download an app, register as a user, load your credit card info, and scroll through 7 pages of questions to avoid saying, "One large pepperoni pizza please," into a phone. Please stop changing the Google logo so much. I like the original one. Mum, I don't change the logo. Google changes it. On my computer, you don't run the Google? British novel. Let's go to a party and find a wife. German novel. Let's go to the wilderness and find ourselves. Russian novel. Let's go to the depths of despair and then find out if there is an even deeper level of despair we didn't know about and go there. Everyone hates Karens until there's one on the same delayed flight, and all of a sudden we're all getting a $200 voucher. If you're single, just go travel. Don't waste your time on a career like I did in my 20s. People say, go travel. Like when you get to the airport, you pay with your birth certificate. 25-year-old bear emerges from hibernation. This was considered comically obese in 1990. I made an old lady blush today at work because she ordered 2 senior coffees, and I said, "Senior? I'm sorry, miss. I'm going to have to ask to see some ID." She covered her mouth and went, "Oh dear me," and couldn't stop smiling. You, my friend, are a sweet person. Russian geography teacher couldn't find projector and drew a world map himself. My dog can't see me while lying down, so he sticks one paw straight up so I can still interact with him. This boy at Target asked if I would hold his hand because his ex-girlfriend just walked in with a new guy. So naturally I felt bad and held his hand while strolling around Target for a bit. Then it dawned me, with no other couple in sight, that was the best damn pickup line ever pulled. Mike Tyson squares off against his toughest opponent yet. I don't like this phrase in life where I Google a celebrity and they are a lot younger than me. So my name is Joey White and I'm a very pasty pale British white guy at uni overseas. So I was introducing myself and this guy from Nigeria goes, "Hi, I'm Joseph too." So I said, "I'm a Joseph too, Joseph White." Then he looked at me in the eye and said in a dead serious tone, "I'm Joseph Brown. The youngest person in this house is 21. This just ruined my day, so y'all have to see it too. Me, leaving the 18 to 24 age bracket. You look like John Wick, but he decided to get a cat instead of a dog. When I'm eating McDonald's and the food is made right and actually tastes edible. So I know they've got the high schoolers grinding to get a car and an iPhone 15 on the grill. Things strict parents think they're teaching you. How to behave. What they actually teach you. How to listen to footsteps. How to appear busy, manipulate someone into calming down, lie on the spot. It would be so cool if after you died, you could see the top 5 times you almost died. Please don't talk to me. I have no self-control and will talk to you for 2 hours and get no work done. Young actors who quietly passed away this year. I wish. How is Ruth? We split up, mate. Oh, no. So you're ruthless? How long have you been waiting to crack that one? I'd rather not say. When did you realize he loved you? Let's get some positive stories going. We got into an argument and I yelled at him loud and then he said, "I'm in love with you and one day I want to marry you and have kids. So you're going to have to find a way to communicate your emotions without yelling because I'm not going to have us arguing in front of our kids." No one. Back of an organic snack label. We love what we do. We're a family. I knew when my kids started coughing blood in 2008, we needed to create the best organic GMO-free pretzel wedges you've ever tasted. So that's what we did. For you. Eat with a smile, please. Yo, they're looking for you outside. I bit a kid. For date night, my boyfriend and I each bought something to the table. I went to Target and bought our favorite snack, and my boyfriend built us a fort en route to seriously mess up someone's wall. When my grandma died, we, as a family, made the mistake of thinking a 70-plus-year-old man didn't need anyone at that point in his life. Anyway, long story short, my uncle will be turning 19 soon. What? My next $1 million idea. Reluctant exercise videos with people who aren't perky. Just 5 more, I know. I kind of want to die right now too, but let's just power through it. Okay, new yoga pose. It's going to ache like a bastard until your hamstrings release. I'm not gonna lie. Stretch a little deeper. It's okay to yell at this point. I won't tell anyone. In the 80s, a medical alert company aired a series of commercials depicting the elderly using their device to call for help. One of the women said, "I've fallen and I can't get up." And an entire generation decided, yes, this is the comedy catchphrase for us. If a beautiful woman disagrees with me, I will immediately change my views. Well, maybe you should have principles. You're right, maybe I should. My phone battery drained 15% and is now burning hot because I scrolled through Tumblr to try and find this. I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed my MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiance from stumbling across pictures I photoshopped of her giving birth to me. One time when I was 11, my dad took me to an Italian restaurant and the waiter asked what my name was, and I said, Sam, but you can call me Captain Ravioli. And my dad just looked at me and said, what was that? Don't do that. And I've been chasing that high ever since. Glowing hot metal is such a touchable shade of orange. I'm a welder, and let me tell you, this does not go away if you're around a lot of hot metal. It's actually worse. Boot your ex's car for $28.99. Move on for $0. I could be extremely tired, but I'm not sleeping with this issue. I don't want to cause panic, but I think there's been an accident in the mustard shop. Mustard everywhere. Fossil of a 37-million-year-old whale skeleton. Found in an Egyptian desert. Rest in peace. I didn't know whales shouldn't go in the desert. Must have flew over there, flying whale. Bare essentials. He's a minimalist. Wears all of his inside stuff. Didn't need it. I left my gummy bears in the car and they melted into a gummy brick. So I cut them into strips and now I have gummy worms. Really messed up gummy worms. What do you mean? Those don't even look messed up. They look like normal gummy worms. One of them looks like a sword actually. When you count, your lips don't touch to 1 million. Go to sleep. Straight hands. Who's winning? Stuart Little or Remy from Ratatouille? Remy, he's a street rat. It's hard to believe no one has ever accidentally eaten our wax. I chew it like gum afterwards as a little treat. When you sat in a weird position for a long time and you move and then your foot feels like this. Most accurate description of anything accurate ever in the history of accuracy. I love the deaf girl at my school. Today she was wearing a shirt that said, I am so not listening. If you're good at something, never do it for free. That'll be $5. I feel bad for people who go to war. What if you got a tummy ache on the battlefield and didn't want to fight that day? Why do I end up sitting straight up in my sleep? Ignore how many blankets I use. How I start sleeping versus how I end up. This is how an alien would brand a diner if it was trying to lure humans in for food/abduction. Local diner. On the menu, burger. No internet interaction will ever reach the high of chaos of the, does Germany still exist? Yes, thanks. The sends me. In 1910, there was a baseball team of death row inmates. Their executions were delayed only as long as they kept winning. No pressure. I made my cat an Instagram, and now this other cat is trying to hit on him. You're so handsome. I want to be your lady someday. You're my man crush. I made a Play-Doh seahorse, and my daughter attacked me and pulled my hair and threw a chair over my head. She was trying to end your life. Man documents his life as the third wheel for 3 years with selfies. Trying to give you a hint, bro. Did you want the guy or the girl? Sausage falling over, banana falling over, burnt waffle falling over, kicking a toothbrush. What the hell is this channel even doing? Why is the banana 110 minutes long? Got married on the 9th of April. Please don't share your personal problems here. It's showtime for this pole dancing subway rat. Better than what I could do. I don't know what the lady in front of me is planning, but she's gonna celebrate with Krispy Kremes and a machete. False eyes, actual eyes. Amazing. Is this true? Of course it's true. It literally says it right there. Starbucks unveils a $7 wake-up slab. My favorite part of this image is how professionally she is delivering that slab. Could people do backflips/front flips in ancient times? Did they think it was cool? I think they did do it. I've been here for 6 hours now waiting for someone to take over. Please do not leave toaster unattended for any time. Thank you. OMG. You just dropped a whole presidential meal. This church has got a damn water slide built into it. I know baptisms at this place are wild. So I ordered a Detective Pikachu plush for my desk at work. And I have to say, this is not how I expected him to be packaged. Was driving to uni and found this. Depression ahead. It's nice that they're letting you know, because you can avoid it. Real depression you can't avoid. There's a cat in the gay bar, so I don't take pictures of you and tweet there's a human in the gay bar. Some cats are gay, sis. Driving to the movies with my fam, and this banana's got a tinfoil hat and wig sitting under the freeway. I just left the dentist, and he said all of my teeth look like this. You've been brushing your teeth. Good job. Saw a cat at the park and thought it was lost. I live near the park. Please leave me alone. Instead of using actual spray cans, some artists are just clearing dirt off certain areas to make their masterpieces, and they're calling it reverse graffiti. I want to go on a shopping trip where I'm the only one in the shopping mall and everything I want is free. That's called a night robbery, so be it. Can we give gorillas hot chocolate when they're cold? I'm curious as to what prompted you to ask this. I saw a video of a cold gorilla. Women hate how little it takes for us to be happy. Nothing wrong with keeping it simple, but the least I would do is add a bed frame. I don't deserve a bed frame. Behind the scenes of of Godzilla. Man, why didn't they just have this guy to fight him off? Dude's huge. No, they banned chilling. When will it end? Are you okay, man? I will be one of these days. Keep thinking that. Why does my dad use this nice thermos to keep his burritos warm? What else is he gonna use it for? Who is he? His name's Boys Kissing. Look him up on Google. Okay. Whoa, mama. Man, what the hell did I do? Don't ever set foot in southern India. The Benadryl account admin replying to the 27th I took 20 tweet. For real. Just took 20. We take matters like this very seriously. I'm literally a serial Instagram story liker. Like, wow, you got your nails done today. Aw, your dog is playing in the grass. Oh, you love the same song as me. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. You wouldn't know him. He digs in the dirt for roly-polies. I miss VHS tapes and CDs. I miss feeding my computers and TVs yummy treats. Now they're eating nothing. They're being born without mouths. Who said girls with depression can't wear tube tops? No one ever said that. With Kidzone closing at Universal, I'm gonna say it. Donkey looks 10 times better in Hollywood than he does in Orlando. I don't know why, but I lie about everything. What are you eating? Pizza. Water is like the oldest beverage ever, and somehow has no nickname. No one is ever like, sure, could go for a cup of that clear or whatever. Huge oversight. Sipping on that moist. Seems legit. This couple got wedding rings with the waveform of their own voices saying, I do. These are like $40 per 20 pounds. Everyone is out here like, the economy. But nobody wants to eat $2 per pound gorilla oats. I just can't stop. Dude, just turn off the phone. Cows are so gentle and the prettiest. Update. Driver of the Uber stair car says he was using the Uber app, which he says directed him down the stairs. End my suffering. Hey, whoa, drink me so you can be refreshed. I'm all natural. So this man's best friend pretended to be his wife on his wedding day. Let's not forget when this person drank my grandma's olive oil, thinking it was alcohol and was flexing it. Just came back from Oppenheimer. Not great, not terrible. Never felt so robbed. Outrage over unfilled chocolate donut. What was I going on about? I didn't know eggs were this expensive. It's time to lay my own, I fear. 8 months worth of sunflower seeds intake. Best snack on the planet. A squirrel or perhaps a cardinal posted this. I finally got a girlfriend. Well, she seems great. She's not. The ocean is so funny. What is this? It's a sea urchin. You don't want to step on those things. They hurt. Pro tip. If you're at a drive-thru, please don't stare directly at the people making your food like you're about to climb through the window and hurt them. You look like this, by the way. Imprisoned by regret. The mind is the most terrible jailer of all of them. In the future, they will invent a horse printer that can print horses. No, they won't. Yeah, they will. Refreshing. 0% better. Me, after my 15-minute break at work. Me, after sleeping a healthy 8 hours. Banned from a gardening forum for saying, it was me. Every time someone posted and said, help, something is eating my tomatoes. Having some guests over, just want to make sure they can find the bathroom alright. Treating them like a video game character. Disney executive. I need ideas, people, big ideas. What if we did all of our movies again? Meanwhile, in IKEA, 20 years of pickup truck design progress in one photo. It's so sad that they've been selectively bred for size and aesthetics over their health. Look at that pushed-in muzzle. There's no way the one on the right can breathe properly. $100 when I was a kid. I can buy so many things with this. $100 now. I guess I can buy some groceries. The soul is not a tiny ball in your chest, and actually looks different depending on who you are. Loki, seize him, and unhand me were huge for the English language. One of them has to go. Which one? People who dislike dark chocolate are childish. Want me to cut the crust of your bread too? Goo baby. I like eating nerds because I'm secretly hungry for aquarium gravel and this takes the edge off. The image isn't loading, but I swear to God if it's that realistic cat smurf again. Look at these stupid pictures I found in the woods near my house. Unsolved mysteries are just mysteries. What is so stupid but actually really works? I drank creek water and got 8 days off of work. Today I came across goats playing on a trampoline while I was driving around and it was the happiest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what my nephew and Toby were talking about, but they went on laughing for hours. This is insane to think about. Fascinating but untrue. Tokyo is in Japan, not England. Halloween costume? That's terrifying. Me on my way to steal your man. You can keep him. My uncle is out here posting pictures of his breakfast in jail. You guys got no excuse to not text back. Bro, I'm at my homegirl's apartment and literally nothing has a top. And this is giving me anxiety. Fresh hell just dropped. Here's what it might be like to travel on a double-decker airplane seat. Are Americans even real? Because how can they go to to the store like this. You're in her DMs. I'm eating 5 corn dogs for breakfast. Tried to Uber Eats her favorite food and this happened. Please deliver to door and please tell Tori Tony said sorry because she's upset and won't answer my calls. Her little brother answered the door. Rip. People over 50 watching their bird feeders. My boyfriend bought me a present yesterday. Almost lost it on the bathroom floor. My German Shepherd is not allowed on my bed. When I caught him, he rolled off and tried let him on the bed. My friend had hockey practice last night. He didn't check his bag before leaving and found this while in the locker room. A friend of the family is looking after my cats temporarily. He texted me this morning. What's wrong with your cat? Hi grandma, can you come pick me up from my rap battle? It's over. No, I lost. He saw you dropped me off and did a pretty devastating rhyme about it. I hope I'm not a person to you guys, but a manifestation of the autistic 1800s British adventurous spirit. Blurry trail cam footage of Danny DeVito transforming into a werewolf in the wilderness. I'm now unstoppable. Elon Musk's business partner says he could build the real Jurassic Park with genetically engineered dinosaurs. There are 5 films on why this is a bad idea. Until you blink and suddenly everything has expired and this is very expensive tea like this. I still try to, but goddamn, when everything goes off in like 2 days, it's so annoying, but that's real food. If you explained homosexuality to Meta Knight, he would stare into the sunset and go, I see you. Get off Facebook, man. Put some clothes on, bro. Why are you acting like a kid? What mistake? I'm right. You're right, I will correct it. I did it on purpose. Squirrels have gone wild because they're celebrating an acorn surplus. They needed this. Me saying, but hey, things happen, after telling the most traumatic event of my life. My favorite part of the gym is gnawing on these between sets. When you're in a dark scare cave, but you came prepared. Alright, does this go inside or outside the tub? You're supposed to have 2. One for inside that's clear, and one for outside that's patterned. So my wife gave me a ride to martial arts, but it's Thursday, not Friday, and I'm all dressed up in a parking lot, like my parents dropped me off for lessons in 1983 and never came back. What's the matter, babe? You've barely touched our matching Ego E-Boy Ogre cakes. Just ordered, so I can finally have some deep afternoon naps. Are we, like, not gonna point out the price? My son dislocated his knee at his homecoming dance doing the stanky like 45 minutes in. I was making this up. Bro was putting so much damn stanky on that leg. Fun fact, if you shout, show yourself coward, when you get home, your dog will wake up and run into the room because it does not have a good grasp of the English language, but it's happy to see you. There is another juice. Why are there so many words? Shower food review, cotton candy. For some reason, this was the most highly requested shower food review. Perhaps people wanted to see me accidentally get it wet and have it dissolve. Like that sad raccoon in that viral YouTube video. But I'm not a raccoon, I'm a man. When something bad happens in my life, I say, that's showbiz, baby, and do this. If Johnny has 2 apples, 91 more followers to reach 200 million. My brother has made the most upsetting pie I've ever had in my life. My wife just went back to work and thinks I'm an idiot, trying out a new barbecue place, and this has to be the saddest looking brisket I've ever seen. I thought this was some firewood. Shriveled horror versus hollowed horror. Old school costumes had it looking like a classroom full of serial killers ready to go on a purge. Daft Punk's reaction to Miley Cyrus. I was planning to avoid this stuff, but it's way too funny. It finally showed on my dash. India landed on the moon for less than it costed to make Interstellar. How much does a toilet cost in India? Probably less than your sister's OF. Garfield objects I'm obsessed with are these Zodiac themed ceramics. Like, is there not something utterly biblical about these? My Roman Empire is that pigeons were domesticated by humans 10,000 years ago, only to be suddenly abandoned and deemed dirty, and now can barely build their own nests because they don't know how, and live around humans because that's all they know. Oh, to be a harvest mouse living in a European meadow, munching on a little flower for breakfast. Wait, breakfast? Why have they broken up the word like that? Climb up a blade of grass and swing on a tranquil breeze, enjoying the sunlight. Unreal. This is what I love about winter. You wake up in the middle of the night, maybe just to pee or get water or something. Look out the window and see this. It's so beautiful, and it's silent. You have no idea that it's happening until you just look. It seems almost fake, and it makes your bed seem way more comfortable for whatever reason. I wish I had this view. Doesn't snow in the Girls. Guys whose personality is being 6 feet tall. Me jokingly flirting with a girl. Girl I'm friends with. Her flirting back. Me scared as to what to do next. Clicks on a video on the hub. Are you seriously watching this all by yourself? Who am I meant to be watching it with? My dad? Husband built a fire in the fire pit, then stared at it with his hands on his hips for 5 minutes and said, fire is so sick. Cavemen must have been so pumped. This girl is showing me her dinosaurs on our first date. If you break her heart, we're all coming for you. Puberty as a girl versus puberty as a boy. I will hump this rock. And I will hump this tree. Do men actually dream about living in a place like this? My boyfriend swears this is every guy's fantasy, but I seriously don't get it. Men with average pee-pee size. Men with small pee-pees bringing down the size average. Trust me, man. Bolding, being bold. No, don't fight. You gotta fight it, guys. Just a little bit, please. When you finish watering the plants, come say hi to the guests. Me. Watching your friend search for his phone with his phone's flashlight. Guy gets hit in the balls with a hammer. Every boy within a mile radius. Girl punches boy. Boy back. Girl. When the Costco employee asks if you want your baby in your membership picture. Elon Musk says he has less than 850 million in cash, 0.1% of his net worth. Imagine being this broke. The same person after listening to It's a joke. Girls with the time machine versus boys. Happy birthday, Stefan. In a difficult world, it's better to hold on to someone than something. Fun story. There's a subreddit called r/foreveralonewomen that went private because their users were receiving too many PMs from men who wanted to date them. Literally this meme. I'm so lonely. There is one birthday boy among us. It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours now. Men are now chasing after us single mothers. They are begging us because we have experience. No, we're not. Sneeze. Establish presence. Assert dominance. Stealth. Question. Your fly is open. Oh, thanks for telling me. It would have been embarrassing to walk around while it being open. Your fly is open. Why were you looking at my crotch? Police officers keeping their promise to a fallen colleague, showing up to support his daughter at her wedding 12 years later. What it truly means to be one of the boys. The girl I see at the pharmacy when I'm buying diarrhea meds. If you girls are so smart, how many boys can pee here at the same time? 3 strangers, 5 friends, or 15 homies? Girls, it's a stick. Boys, I am the most powerful being on this planet. Men, stopping everything they are doing to watch a helicopter that's flying by. Your eyes are so pretty. Thank you. Oh, she's adorable. What a simp. Boy, milk is delicious. Boy, milk is delicious. We've all got that one friend who looks like this. Got matched with the guy in front of me. He didn't realize I could see the board from his side. I can tell you didn't win this game. Snapchat memories be like, relive that special moment. And it's just me and the boys like this. Dear men, do you dry your face after a shower with the same towel you use to dry your nuts? Or do you have a separate ball towel? You start with the face, then head on down. The towel forgets everything by tomorrow. Men be like, and the next day, it's all okay. That one compliment from 5 years ago. Boys, homeless boy finally gets dream home. Everyone liked that. How is a boy homeless? It's so sad. Thinking about how men invented golf because they're too scared to ask each other to go on walks. I don't understand people's dislike of turn-based combat. Dudes be like, I hate turn-based combat, then argue on Twitter. This is so real. You think you can hurt my feelings? I used to hold the flashlight for my dad. One taco, $7. Stop telling me the economy is fine. Dude delivered on a bike 40 minutes late and had the pizza inside of his backpack. Ew. Why are guys like this? There is literally a spoon holder right there. With all due respect, that's a fork. Dogs and boys, I found this cool stick. Me and the boys preparing for D-Day. Me and the boys after D-Day. Boys after they put a ball under their shirt. I'm pregnant. My friend decided to pose with the mannequins at the mall. Men truly don't realize when a woman has a crush on them, do they? I don't even know if my wife likes me. I love your hair. A girl becomes 100 times more beautiful when she opens up her hair. A guy becomes 100 times more handsome when he opens up his wallet. Desire. Straight men. Women are so hot. Gay men. Men are so hot. Lesbian women. Women are so hot. Straight women. Men are kind of gross. Like, I almost never see attractive men, and their bodies give me the ick. Honestly, I wish I was gay, but I was sadly forced to date men. Forced? Work only with men. Work with men and women. Work only with women. Kratos saying boy. Arthur Morgan saying boy. Women's plan B versus men's plan B. The boys sleep with 206 bones and wake up with 207. Now excuse me for a second. I just cracked 4 double yolk eggs in a row. I sent it to my family group chat and no one cared. I have a feeling the boys will appreciate it. First bear in the new apartment. Got dumped and had to move. It's not much, but the year has been bad and I'm feeling like things are finally turning around. Our boss makes us breakfast every Wednesday without fail. Really helps the morale. I had to borrow my daughter's car today because of reasons. I'm an officer in the United States Navy. Turning turning 50 later this year. One of my Airbnb rentals caught on fire last week. I've been so busy, I forgot to let the next guest know. Is this correct? My GPS says this is the house. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Boys get dumped and choose a new personality. The workaholic, the gym bro, the stoic philosopher, the ghost. Real motivation for the boys. The one thing this guy wanted for his 100th birthday. A Costco hot dog. Startup idea. Smartphone with keypad. Who's gonna tell her? So I'm studying in my university's computer lab, and this guy struts in with ice cream in one hand, earbuds in the other, sits down, pulls up a stream of Game of Thrones, kicks his feet up, and is watching it right now. This guy has college figured out. Thought this was a parking ticket. Turns out it's the best day ever. My friend thinks you're cute, and I like your Toyota Corolla. A number. All men want to do is live near their friends, surrounded by a racetrack where they can play real-life Mario Kart together. You've heard of Tommy Bahama, but have you met his cousin, Tony Golf Coast? I put this little traffic cone in the entrance to the gym bathroom at our school, and everybody who went to use the bathroom saw the cone, looked confused, and walked away. Nobody messes with traffic cones. Boys at school. Dude, where did you skip class today? Was there class today? Gucci, are you okay? $190 to look like I've arrived home at 6 a.m. I think you're asking the wrong company who's okay. People are buying this, that's why they're selling it. Anybody needs toilet paper? When someone tickles your neck with their cold hands. When my ex tries to come back in my life. Fact. Men only change wallets when a woman buys one for them. Women deal with periods, pregnancy, menopause. What do men deal with? You. In America, men display dominance over each other by taking bigger bites of a burger. This is known as burger mogging. I've got men lining up at my door. Do they want their money back? Guys, women are so emotional. Guys, anytime they have to pay taxes. I bet he is thinking about other women. Do I already own the clothes I'll be buried in? Interesting chart. Age of attraction for men versus women. Wait, our attraction peaks as like, what, 30? Damn! I got 10 more years to go, basically. When you're pee shy and someone picks the urinal next to yours, have you got any fatherly advice for me? Once they hit adulthood, men rarely get positive reinforcement. So, if you see a random guy wearing a shirt you like, tell him you like his shirt. If a friend is having a rough time, give him a hug. Those small moments of positive reinforcement will carry men great distances, and they will never forget them. Me, women, doing the deed. Relationship, no one. Every man at a random time. I need to make money right now to live from passive income. Boy turning 18 in 60s America. Now I can finally begin my career and start a brand new family. US government. Welcome to Nam, baby. Hi, girl. I have a boyfriend. I said hi. Why is pretty boy considered an insult? Like, call me a pretty boy. Call me a pretty boy right now. Baby boy, baby, evil. Oh boy, I can't wait to bring mum back. Full Metal Alchemist. Boyfriend and girlfriend are sitting in their apartment. The boy is playing Xbox One. Why do you look so sad? Turns off his Xbox. Why did you stop playing? Because there is something much better than my Xbox. Blushes. Turns on PS4. Him. Free my boy. He didn't do anything wrong. His boy. Don't free him. POV. When you've hikey won $1 million and your day one starts talking about, hi, girls, me, boys, not liking me. Wendy's announced that they are looking to hire a chief tasting officer for $100,000. The role's main responsibility, to eat Wendy's. I finally found it. The perfect gig. What if I'm actually attractive and girls think I'm out of their league? How did we do 4 years of university without ChatGPT? This is about to be I used to walk 10 kilometers to school. 35% of women claim to have dated a psychopath. 42% claim to have dated a sociopath. 55% a narcissist. 1.5% are psychopaths. 4 are sociopaths. 6 are narcissists. Maybe they just got unlucky. When you're sick, when she's sick. Dear mum, thank you so much. Quit your job, live your dream, open that restaurant. That's how I went from making $4,000 a month to $400. I went to the park to ponder, only to find 4 other dudes already pondering there. Fall in love for 65 years. I hate men. I hate women. Nothing comes. Hey, whoa. What? Taking 6 shots of your boys at the bowling alley. When naming files. Girls. My files. Photos, videos, boys. Me and the boys at 1 a.m. under the covers playing on the Nintendo DS. Man cuts off family after they sided with his cheating ex-wife in divorce. Serious question for the men. Do you unzip and use the pee hole, or do you unbutton and flop it over? Definitely flop it over. Lifting 60 kilograms. Calm. Talking to 60 kilograms. Panic. Emotional intelligence to women is when a guy agrees with whatever they say. Men will be like, what are you even watching? Then watch like 3 seasons of it with you. A 38-year-old man has publicly shared that he has what he may believe the world's smallest peepee, measuring just 0.38 inches. Batman couldn't beat that information out of me. A guy made a Tinder profile writing he had a criminal record for abusing women. Got 800 matches in 48 hours. Kid, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. I'm afraid with your condition that won't be possible. Is he sick? No, he's just an idiot. Only boys can understand. Flow mode. Since my comics are too girly, I made one for the boys. Fight mode. Fight mode. Wait, boys, fake scenarios of them saving people? Girls in the middle of nowhere. I have to get back home. Boys, girls. Why do they always play with sticks? I don't know. You underestimate my power. High ground. Roman soldiers drew peepees all over Hadrian's wall more than 1800 years ago. Boys, when they find a long stick, what it looks like, what it feels like. Boys only want one thing, and it's disgusting. What boys want. Washing your face. I think the reason why girls tend to have worse skin is because of all the makeup, unironically. Do weddings actually cost like 50k, or is everyone lying for fun? They cost a stupid amount. I don't want to spend that much on a wedding. Maybe like $2. When she wants me to open up, but I already told her my favorite name and my favorite color. Thank God, someone to save us. Good idea. Get her to safety first. How men communicate. Beer? Time? 7? Home? Your home. Okay. Men are simple creatures. 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Why did I just hiccup on 67? What the hell? 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. Sag Harbor cop who didn't recognize Justin Timberlake during DWI arrest is unmasked as rookie Michael Arkinson, and he's been infuriating the Hamptons elites for months. A cop who keeps the streets safe and doesn't give a damn if you're rich and famous seems pretty okay to me. Life update. I'm 28 years old and was just diagnosed with cancer, and in 4 months, I'll be a 28-year-old who beat it. Let's fight. Life update. I was right. You guys want to see something cool? I'm on a side quest recreating all of my grandfather's pictures from World War II. I got fired from my job because I spent an hour folding shirts to make this cool design. It was a slow day. Woke up this morning to an itemized Venmo request from the guy I went on a date with last night after I told him I wasn't interested in a second date. This should have been the live action Kratos. I think it actually is the live action Kratos, but I don't like how it looks. The live action Kratos looks really bad, I'm not gonna lie, in the movie, the trailer. Going for a morning poop right after you wake up. Girls, boys, I don't know why this is so controversial. Wow, she is literally me. Wow, he is literally me. Damn girl, you're cute, but 2 kids? Yikes. I don't know if I can be a stepdaddy to 2 kids. Damn boy, you ugly, no job, no car, no money. Yikes, I don't know if I can be a mummy to another boy. Mentally ill boy. Car, he's emotionally dependent on. We're all mentally ill, that's what I've come to learn. Lol, great meme dude. Yeah, yours is making me lose it. A Boy and His Atom, the world's smallest movie. Aren't you guys supposed to be curing cancer and stuff? He was a 37,000 Snapchat score boy. She was a 1 million Snapchat girl. You're a big boy already. You're still a child. My parents trying to argue. Boy band from 1998 to 2002. Boy bands in 2022. Florida boy outruns entire police department after stealing flag. Florida man. Florida boy. Kangaroo Island bushfires prompt fundraiser from Adelaide boy living in the US. Never heard of that place before. That's cute. Unwritten laws of men. It's only considered not gay to kiss your friend on the forehead if he's dead or dying. Men only want 3 things. Citizen, married, Dragon's Hall. I hate it when job interviewers ask what is your greatest strength. So I printed up these business cards just to hand out when asked. My ability to anticipate. Who closed last night? I never even considered the idea that kids played toys would fall victim to millennial gray. I met an absolute legend this morning while walking my dog around the neighborhood pond. His name is Bill, he's 80, and he was casually fishing, completely ignoring the neighborhood's strict no fishing signs. When I asked if he was worried about getting caught, he just laughed and told me that he's out here every single day. He explained that if some HOA jackass actually tried to bust him, he's just going to play the old man card and say something like, "I'm so confused, I thought this was the Atlantic Ocean." Then he said, "Getting old is a raw deal, but you can get away with a lot of anarchy just by pretending you forgot how the world works." What are some unrealistic expectations women have of you to understand their subtle hints? Be woman, glance quickly at boy, never look at boy again, never talk to boy, ignore boy, avoid boy. Oh, why am I always single? Dates only a-holes. Why can't I find a nice guy? Meets a nice guy. He's a good friend. What an incel am I reading? Just be yourself, guys. Don't be desperate, and don't worry. Someone should come into your life. Store ran out of Valentine's Day stuff, but I'm making it work. It's a Valentine Girl Day. Top male canon events. Grandparents die. Finding out WWE is fake. Seeing mum cry. Discovering the gym after breakup. Childhood dog passing. Best friend moving away. I ordered these burritos 15 minutes apart from the same store. Wow. The one online order is always smaller. Yeah, because they're not pressured to give you a lot. I wake up like this. I make up like this. I'm not an expert, but I think the reason your skin looks like you headbutted a belt sander is because you're putting 3 tons of chemicals on your face daily. I think women look better without makeup, personally, but they don't do it for us, right? They don't do it for us. In the elevator with a random woman. Poker voice. Ding! My floor, time to go. Her immediately. Wait, what? Didn't even get that. Clean my shower, then what? Give my car a ride into town? Grow up. A masterclass in petty revenge. My dad is playing psychological warfare with our neighbor. I've been living with my parents for the past few months because I'm looking for a job in the same city they currently live in. This started because of our neighbor Darren reported my dad to the HOA for what he called aggressive grill smoke drift. The HOA made my dad move the grill 6 feet. My dad was furious, but he stayed calm. Darren has this routine where every single morning he checks the outdoor thermometer and writes the temperature in a notebook. According to my dad, he's been doing it for years. So my dad bought the exact same model thermometer Darren has been using and keeps it in the freezer overnight. A few mornings a week, my dad sneaks over before Darren wakes up and swaps the thermometers. Darren walks outside with his coffee, sees it's like 11 degrees Fahrenheit in July. Taps it a few times and writes it down anyway. Darren has now bought 5 new thermometers because he thinks they keep getting broken, malfunctioning, whatever you want to call it. Different brands, digital ones, even a professional grade one. My dad just keeps buying the same model Darren bought and adds it to the freezer. Last week, Darren told my mum he's worried the neighbor might have some kind of weird microclimate. My dad nodded and said, yeah, Probably the smoke drift. Picture this. You're 20 years old and at war. You're a killing machine. 6'2", 240 pounds of all muscle. You survive on cigarettes and whiskey. You are the epitome of man at your time. No one would dare disrespect you. Flash forward 41 years and people call you people. Kids doing this makes my heart melt. I thought her fingers had abs. Bro, my canned tuna. Tape, you need tape. I think John Gurm has got the right idea. You need to flip the house upside down. If you can go and see anywhere in the world, where would you go? Japan! I made this awesome machine that can impersonate people and generate fake news. You just gotta feed it 10,000 puppies and 8 billion gallons of water a day to work. That's horrible. Shut it off. But John Shareholder would be sad. When you become a judge thinking it's going to be easy, but you genuinely send a jaywalker to the electric chair, and you record it and post it on YouTube. So apparently TSA does not love it when you put about 40 grams of creatine powder into an unmarked Ziploc bag. Correct. I am broken when my name is spoken. What am I? McDonald's ice cream machine. A study found that people who eat high-fat cheese were less likely to develop dementia and had lower rates of diabetes. Oh wow, the brain, which is high in fat, is healthy when you eat high in fat foods. Crazy. 8-year-old. Are weddings expensive? Very. What if I run away to get married and don't invite anybody? Then you would be my favorite child. If you go out to dinner and still feel like smashing afterwards, the restaurant has failed. There's not a restaurant on earth that will keep me wanting from my wife. What about the restaurant of finding out she's been cheating on you after 20 years? What about that restaurant? Me asking a young child for ideas for a monster's ability. The most horrific description I've ever heard. Little kids will be like, they eat people's dreams by sticking a fork in their ears and twisting their brains up like spaghetti. And they'll eat all your happiness and put your brain back with just bad stuff. Like Tommy age 9 is going through it. Math teachers, when you decide to not use their 900-step formula to calculate 3 plus 2, show you're working! I don't remember ordering this item with my 2-topping medium pizza. Bro got a restaurant-grade pizza cutter for free and has still got an attitude about it. I'll take it. Frost on my car window looks like a sketch. That's beautiful! I have 15 years worth of outstanding library finds in 3 separate cities, and it's my hope that eventually a bounty hunter librarian will come to collect and we'll get into a bar fight and fall in love. As a person, I think this is funny, but as a librarian, this really annoys me. Lugia chewing undersea cables. This is the kind of stuff I imagine Pokemon champions get called in to handle. Like, yeah, we got a legendary Pokemon here that keeps messing up our infrastructure. Can you come do something about it? I wish that it was socially acceptable to remain mute and stare off into space during every social interaction. Thank God there's no ChatGPT wrapped. You declined in cognitive ability by 19 years. This guy literally dressed like his dead mum to get her $61,000 pension per year. I'm sorry, but he definitely would have fooled my hair. Which one is the mother? And also, if his mother's passed away, wouldn't he get the money anyway? Unless he has siblings, I don't know, the whole situation. I don't think a childless homeowner should have to pay school taxes. As a childless homeowner, I absolutely want to pay school taxes because I don't want to live in a community of stupid people, so-called live streamers, and not a single one of them is currently fishing for bass. Pookie, I think you're at the wrong category on Twitch. What the hell is Twitch? I asked my 8-year-old if he liked my sleeveless blouse, and he said, the color's fine, but I don't like public armpits. Public armpits. It's going straight to Goodwill. Me, successfully convincing the firefighter that I won't die from this fire because I'm in the living room. Me, realizing I can pretend to be a 13-year-old girl to kidnap 200 predators and make my own Squid Game. Nothing is stopping me from doing this. Guys, I'm gonna do this, but the only way you'll ever know if I'm doing this is if you're a predator, so don't try and find out if I'm doing this. Matthew Lillard had no idea who William Afton was and thought he had auditioned for the purple guy sprite. I thought I was gonna be purple. Jury duty is such a wild concept. The government says, call off work, champ. We need you to help solve a murder. Here's $15. What happens if you were to just say no? Like, I'm good. Would you then be in trouble off suspicion? My girlfriend is taking an online course to learn how to care for autistic children, and every time she completes a module, she just stares at me like this. The girl said she knew a spot for our first date, and she took me to Costco. She took you to an exclusive members-only restaurant with a limited menu. Some people pay top dollar for that. I lined my mum asking if the cat back home is doing well, and the picture she sent me, the cat is doing so well. 7-year-old me looking at a random window miles away. To make it clear to the sniper he isn't slick. Yeah, I see that glare. I see that sniper glare in the, in the corner of my eye. I see it. Jim Henson's original sketch of Kermit, 1955. Got it in one. No workshopping, no nothing. A perfect little man. First try. For the amount of meat you can get out of a clam, I feel like we should just leave them alone. He looks so sad. Did you yell at him? Please don't yell on him. He's my baby. Horses are a great pet for anyone who's ever wished their bicycle could make bad choices. Screw you! Horses have made very good choices for most of humanity. I like horses, respect them. My intrusive thoughts won. All you did was eat a donut. That's not an intrusive thought. If my intrusive thoughts won, I would be on the news. People need to stop using intrusive when I think they mean impulsive. Yep, that's true. That's pretty true. Why would a bug spend such a long fraction of its short life immobile on my ceiling beats me? This is how God must feel when he sees us scrolling on our phones. Dollar General is the Waffle House of convenience stores. I said what I said. How Family Dollar employees be when you pull up. How your dad looks at you when you don't want to help him move 100,000 pounds of dirt at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. I was dating this girl and she said, I'm not sharing a straw with you. Ma'am, I have done the deed with you. Congrats on the deed. This guy just wanted to tell Twitter he's done the deed. I received a $100 million trust fund at 18 and turned that into 1.3 billion by making my coffee at home and inheriting another 1.2 billion. The worst part of being a good listener is that people get creeped out by the information I've retained about them just from listening. How do you know that about me? You told me. Wow, Gmail's auto-reply has gotten really good. Hi Nathan, just wanted to know what you wanted for Christmas. I would like a carton of eggs for Christmas. I would like a carton of it. You would like 2 cartons of eggs. My son is fine. Your son is completely unfazed by life or death situations, but panics like he's being hunted for sport when someone merely flirts with him. When you count calories for the first time and realize you've been eating like a family of 4 all your life. Do you only just realize that now? If you're eating like a family of 4, you must be humongous. Which jobs are 100% safe from AI? I'm a hairdresser. I don't expect to be replaced by AI anytime soon. That said, it does make our lives a little more frustrating, considering there are a number of people who bring us AI-generated images of hairstyles that are physically impossible. Can everyone give me a hack for getting energy quick that isn't caffeine, isn't a nap, isn't working out, isn't a snack, isn't drugs? Hearing your pet make heaving sounds in a carpeted room. Booking flights on a phone is crazy. That is a laptop activity. The most millennial trait is big purchases must happen in a big laptop screen. My girl got the nerve to cook dinner with the same pot she beat me with. This is a cartoon relationship. She must have hit you quite hard. Got the job market right where I want it. Hi Thomas. Your experience as a CEO and customer service representative could serve well in this bartender role. Does it bother you that I call you mum? If it does, I can stop anytime. I definitely prefer mum to dad or daddy. Can I call you Aunt Margaret? I'm cool with that. A Tic Tac for breakfast, a Tic Tac for lunch, and 3,000 calories for dinner minutes before bed. I plugged 3 consoles into 1 AV port for maximum gaming. Battle for dominance in the game dome. I have absolutely no idea who this dude is. Just wandered in, choosing to read this from the POV of the cat. My dad summed up in one exchange. The stew your mum is making for dinner tonight is concerning. Can you surprise us with some tacos on your way home from work? Mission accomplished. My dad acting surprised. He's a very good actor. We should get him a show. The skinwalker, pretending to be my dog, watching me douse my meat. Unemployed people are so puppy-coded. Like, oh, you slept all day while I was at work and now you're happy I'm home to play games with you? Okay. My Mexican mum said they probably swapped me with some Russian woman's kid at the hospital. Somewhere out there in Siberia is a brown kid who wants nothing more than to eat a quesadilla. Doesn't baby swaps happen quite often, or not often, but too much? Was going through some of my health records and some doctor put dresses oddly next to my psychotic symptoms. Hey, screw you, man. Symptoms, no drip. My wife eats nerds, one little nerd at a time. That's insane. I eat nerds the correct way by pouring the whole box into my mouth and nearly choking to death. The phrase, no amount of skill will protect you from the sheer luck of a chronic idiot, popped into my head, and if that ain't a big mood, I don't know what is. Dungeons and Dragons, a summary. Me watching my bro's phone start blasting his goofy R ringtone while we're sitting with 10 out of 10 goth baddies. You got Snap? I have an address where you can send me roses and love letters. Act grown. When you joined the army to get your college tuition paid for, but you low-key realize you were genuinely born for this. Humanity in 2347, when a solar flare wipes out the AI systems, and no one knows how to boil water without asking ChatGPT. Showed up to my story at a Buddhist temple and accidentally dressed like a monk today, and the monk thought this was the funniest thing ever. So now we have like 3,000 photos to prove he wore it better. POV. Me in 70 years at 3 a.m. in the nursing home, and I hear a chest in the next room when your homeboy is so dumb to the point you physically can't put your anger into words. How it feels to watch YouTube on the TV and play with your nuts for an hour instead of gaming or scrolling on the phone. I mean, you're much more productive doing this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. You don't have enough hate in your heart, brother. How I feel at college after the only conversation I've had for a month with someone was them asking, "Is this seat taken?" Me resisting the urge to say, "I ate it," whenever someone asks me about something they lost. If you're a guy and you're struggling right now, just remember nobody cares, and it does get worse. We care, come on. We care. Bro, I hate living next to a tavern. They always have the worst singers performing on Saturdays. Posts that an elf would also write. My life is a joke. I live 2 minutes from a castle in one direction and the old town market in the other. You can see remnants of the old walls in part of the town. Our library used to be the medieval town hall. We have a 500-year-old fairy tree overlooking the entire valley, and I don't have any elves to smash. The transition from sodium lighting to LEDs. Johnny, all your answers are correct on your math assignment, but where is the work for how you got the answers? I don't have $7,000. Can you go lower? Okay, fine. 6,800. 6,503 of these. My mum has a Temu shopping addiction, but also has very good taste. So things happen such as the bolt covers on the downstairs toilet to small ceramic birds. Wow, do we have the same mum? Although my mum has a shopping addiction to candles. My marriage has never been hard work. My wife literally lowers my blood pressure by walking into the room. Confirmed and observed by a nurse at the hospital. Professionals who enter people's homes. Plumbers, electricians, cleaners. What is something the condition of a house tells you about the owner that they don't realize they're revealing? People who have the least are the ones who offer you a drink or food. A man walks into his bedroom and sees his wife packing a suitcase. He asks, "What are you doing?" She replies, "I'm off to New York. I read that women there get paid $400 for doing what I do to you for free." Later on her way out, the wife walks into the bedroom and sees her husband packing his suitcase. "Where are you going?" she asks. "I'm coming with you. I want to see how you live on $800 a year." Inside you, there are two cinephiles. The film lacked theatric nuance and didn't challenge me as a viewer. Wow, that was fun. My dad told me to quickly switch on the TV so my cat can watch Zootopia. My cat is all alone watching Zootopia. I hate it here. Boy, I hope my PTO got approved. When my family is laughing at me at dinner, but my sister with a secret boyfriend is laughing a little too hard. This is when I start saying, "Don't you have something to say? Doctor, could there be anything causing your chronic back pain?" Me, every night in my bed. Me, forcing the I don't care mindset on myself, even though I'm the most sensitive person and worry about everything. It's important to always have something to look forward to, no matter how big or small. Computer fans start going crazy. Open Task Manager to check what is happening. Fans immediately stop. I'm old enough to remember when Apple's branding was based pretty much 100% on the headphone wires. Would she date her looks equivalent? Update, this girl is threatening to sue me for the post below. I'm babysitting for a new family trying to bond with the 3-year-old. So I asked him how old he is, and he said, 3. So I replied, cool, when are you going to be 4? And the guy said, when I'm done being 3, and walked away. Alright, you clever bastard, this means war. I had a really messed up dream. P&F related. Sorry, but Phineas and Ferb were not in it. When I was a teen, I went to the doctor for my crooked spine. He said, you have scoliosis, but I'm not going to put scoliosis on your chart, because then legally you can't be a policeman, firefighter, or astronaut. I don't want to do any of that. Well, you never know. Real talk. Spending 365 days without seeing yourself in the hospital, prison, or cemetery is something to thank God for. Being in my 20s is weird. I feel 17, but then I meet someone who is 17 and realize I'm definitely not 17 anymore. The funniest thing to do as an older sibling is to add S onto stuff your younger sibling plays. Oh, you're booting up Pokemons? You're booting up Fortnites on the Switch? Skyrims? Because it's the closest thing humans have to a rage spell. OP, you are missing the power of the, as in the Pokemon, or the Fortnite. Hell, I just say the Costco and everyone around me loses their mind. So we've been going out for a while, and he did this before picking me up today. He gave you an option of polling. You need 5 minutes, you're ready, you're going as fast as you can, leave me alone, you hate me. My unpopular opinion. I actually do not desire to see technology advance any further. That's a pretty hot take, yeah. I want to see humans get better, improve things. Would STIs be eliminated if everyone stopped doing the deed for 100 years? Humans would be eliminated. My boss denied me a raise before my shift today. What's some music you have never wanted to hear in a coffee shop? I don't know, just make sure to play the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe the McDonald's beeping noise? Babysitting, and the 4-year-old asked me why I'm getting married. I told her because I'm in love and I'm going to make cute babies like her. She straight up looked at my face and said, don't ever bring your gross babies into my nice house. A lesson I learned this year is that a person's capacity for growth is directly linked to how much truth they can face about themselves without running away. Squishmallow law is wild. What do you mean this avocado is a defense attorney? Southwest emails. Want to get away for $49? Search results. That'll be $691, big dog. It's the same with airlines.
You want a flight for $30? Now once you've went through adding all the additional things you don't have a choice on saying no to, it's now $500.
Not now, kitten. Daddy is identifying 5 things he can see, 4 things he can touch, 3 things he can hear, 2 things he can smell, and 1 thing he can taste. Why does this generation seem to be so against having kids? Even animals reduce or completely stop reproduction when the environment is unfavorable. My dad's newest girlfriend introduced herself as Cinnamon with an S, and I've been calling her Cinnamons all afternoon, and she will not correct me. You snooze, you lose. Anti-nap propaganda, changing it to you snooze, yay, yippee! Evilest guy I knew was 6'4", and he would go around at parties telling women with boyfriends that he was 6 foot. The woman on the subway who yelled, none of this is real, none of us exist, when you touch an unaware cat and it goes, meep. Tinkerbell doesn't make this noise, and I only found out cats do this 3 years ago. Tinkerbell never makes this noise. Is it because she's just hyper aware? But it was when I went on holiday and I was stroking a few cats. I realized, why is this cat making the meep noise every time I touch it? I had to look it up. I was wondering what's wrong. Guess who turned 30? That's right, the world's oldest documented cat. Her name is Flossie. She was born a stray in Liverpool in late 1995. My Italian grandfather barely speaks English, but I can tell he's upset that I won't come over and have a beer with him. I already told you, I'm doing dry January. What is it again? I'm not drinking alcohol for the entire month of January. I know, understand. January already, miserable bump. Why you make it worse for both? Your grandfather is a funny guy, but he's not a good influence on you. When you pull up to see a fast food drive-thru and see a 60-year-old man working, suddenly nothing is funny anymore. I had a 72-year-old coworker one day fall on the floor. I helped him up and he was out of breath, and I asked, Woody, why don't you go home and rest? He told me straight up, I can't afford to. I told him I would cover his area and work, just sneak off a nap in the car. He thanked me. I left that job a year later and I heard he died on the production floor from overwork. I hate to say it, but my relationship did in fact get 100 times better once I started focusing on showing appreciation for all the things my partner was doing and stopped nagging about the things he wasn't. When you ask God for a sign and she brings you to this restaurant, hotel receptionist working on something beautiful, nice and cute bunnies, men will see this and get motivated. After Gen Z overthrew the government, Nepal elects its new prime minister via a Discord vote. The most Gen Z sentence I've ever read. She isn't happy. Don't call my husband sweetheart. You're not getting a tip. Another what not to do moment brought to you by Facebook. Our first house and our first apartment. We're gonna trace what the key looks like, so if anyone wants to copy it, they can. When the genie says no infinite wishes, so I wish for him to have short-term memory loss, and just keep reminding him I still have 3 wishes. Don't ignore the happy little onion, and you will have the best year ever. Honestly, I can't afford to mess around anymore. I see you, happy little onion. The coolest bookmark doesn't exist. That is so cool. I got my green bean casserole prep. These boxes are not moving. Not even a bit. Just blink fast as much as possible and see the results. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh my god. When you notice there is a hair on your screen, graphic design has rules, and they work. You will read this first, and then you will read this, then this one, and you will read this one last. What kind of stressor are you? The nail biter, finger drummer, pen clicker, leg shaker. I'm shaking my leg right now, but I'm not stressed. I just shake my leg all the time. Never trust anyone. Turn this picture upside down. Okay, I'm gonna flip it. I hate you. I actually hate you. How smart is your right foot? Try this. While sitting in front of your computer. Okay, I'll do this right now. Lift your right foot and make clockwise circles. Now, while doing that, draw the number 6 in the air with your right hand. Your foot will change. It's doing it! It's changing directions. I think it's hard to do that while I'm reading as well, but it still worked. Both blocks are gray in color. Use your finger to cover the middle line. Light plays an important role in color. All right, let me do this. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Gently shake the screen and make the jello jiggle. Wobble, 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 wobble. I like jelly. Calm your mind and stare at this red circle. Okay, I'm staring. How long do I need to stare at the red circle for? How many birds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9! There's no way there's more than 9. I was counting the beaks. Is there more than 9, guys? Put your fingers on the X. Okay, my fingers are on the X. And I'm touching a monkey. There are 2 types of people in this world. Are you a 1 person or a 2? I'm a person who starts off doing 2, but then I eventually go to 1. Close your eyes 50% and you'll see both of the pictures similar. Wow. Are you ready to play the chicken game? If you lose, you've got to like and subscribe. Don't look at the chicken. It's game over. Hey, you guys are stuck. I'll give you a push. There you go. Looks good. Bye, friends. See ya. Strongest polar bear in the world pushing a boat casually. When you make a dark meme in the middle of the day, so people with low brightness can't see it. Place your finger here. Okay, I'm placing my foot. I'm tickling this kid. What am I doing with this guy? Sorry, man. Spilled his drink everywhere. Are the boxes moving, or is the orange guy? No one's moving. It's a PNG. I downloaded this move. Right and left brain dominance. If you are right brain, you will see a combination of pink and white. And if you're left brained, you will see it in gray and green. Very interesting. I love posts like this. They're just a bunch of bollocks. We had way too much fun at the science museum today. What is he creating? I'm glad it's not the other thing, you know. Someone has the opportunity to do the most insane thing ever. What answer did you guys get? Any other answer than 17 is wrong, and your education system failed you. Thanks, Mike the Outsider. Would you rather get $5 million in a year, or get $1 in 5 million years? Thought of the day. How much pizza remains uneaten? 4/8, 5/10, half, none of the above. Do you have trouble making decisions? Yes, no, unsure. This really helps the question. If I didn't tell you about the sheep, would you still see them? Sheep? No, I wouldn't still see them. I only see snow, but now I'm looking for the sheep. Oh, bottom right. You see them? Yep. Receives wrong copper. Angrily chisels note for 6 hours. Complained about delivery of the wrong grade of copper.
Where's my money?
Touch to boop. Touch, 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 touch. I'm booping. Where's Oreo? Oreo! I think he's asleep. He doesn't want to be booped. What people think arguing on the internet is like. 6, 9. What it's actually like. 4. You're an idiot. If no one comes from the future to stop you from doing it, then how bad can it be? But I wouldn't live with this philosophy. There's a lot of bad things which have happened. What if I told you read the first line wrong? Same with the second line, and also the third. Did you know that 1 in 3 people are ugly? I'm not ugly. Me neither. Must be 1 in 4. If you haven't seen this image, you're lucky. Look at the bottom right corner. There you go. Oh, that's left. I didn't look at the left one. What are you talking about? Screw you. Just laugh when you get it. Apple, dis an apple. Pear, dis a pear. Ta-da. There's no pear on the screen. Sometimes you have to take a pause and enjoy a photogenic goat. If you have anxiety, take deep breaths in sync with this. Ooh. Maybe the elephant doesn't want to be addressed and we should respect their boundaries. Then why is it in my room? Tap to quickly do push-ups. Look at the car. Look at her armpit. Look at the tea. That guy. This must be such an old meme. How to avoid human interaction. Just make sure you're ready to morph into anything near you. Penguin translates to business goose. Penguin is a business goose. If you say gullible slowly, it sounds like oranges. Gullible oranges. It does? Did you try it? Yes. What did it sound like? Gullible. Okay, I've got a question. When you're laying down, do you ever put your hand up for no reason? No, just me. I used to do this more when I was younger, but not really anymore. Which bull is bigger, A or B? Well, it looks like A, but this is probably an illusion and B is probably bigger. Maybe I'm overthinking. I don't know. How many 8s do you count? 4, 5, 7, or 9? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Me 15 seconds before going out. And I put it on charge as if it's gonna change anything. Oh, I'm going out in 2 minutes. Let me put it on charge and it doesn't move an inch. It's a joke. The EA in T is silent. Thank you. When two people think/say the same thing, the English expression is great minds think alike, but in German, it's two idiots, one thought. When your classmates say that you and your crush look cute together, and now I have to flip this, but your crush says, ew. Wow, she looks like her eyes look normal in both ways. Upside down, not upside down. A or B? B, but this is probably a trick question. You are fantastic. Please do not lick the walls. The regional health department advises that it is unsanitary and may pose a health risk. That's disgusting. A wall licker. What's worse, a wall licker or a glue sniffer? I think the wall licker's way worse. About to go in the oven. I'll update when it's done.
Yippee!
I managed to make a fully interactive custom NPC husband in Skyrim, but somewhere along the way I messed up. So if I give him any items, the sound of eating bread plays up full blast, non-stop. Like if you want a relationship like this. Frog game. Look at the frog. You won. Best museum ever. Museum of Fire. Use next exit. Thanks for the food. But where's your food? But where is your food? Is an orange muncher. Looks like a tangerine though. Why don't they make hair, face, body wash combos for women? Cosmetic companies? He was asking too many questions. Okay, serious question. What is this for? This is for my mum to dramatically grab when I'm going 26 and a 25. This photo makes it look like there's a very tiny golfer on the course. Is that a giant playing or a tiny man? I don't know what else it could be. What is that? You're not doing a good job convincing me it's not a tiny man. If you know which rim this is, this person is so smart with their money. Instead of buying a shoe like a flip-flop, they just tattooed one on their foot. Why do crocodiles walk so gaily? They walk like they got their nails done or something. Well, either they can walk gaily or they can try and eat you. Which one would you like? Shake your screen gently. I would like to shake my screen, but I'm using a monitor, and if I shake my screen, I might break everything. Build a $15 breakfast. 15 milk. A $15 breakfast, quite a high budget. I'm gonna go for chocolate chip pancakes and then 10 coffees. Are they walking up the stairs or down the stairs? I think the guy above us is walking upstairs, but he's looking back, he's going up backwards. And I think the guy below is staring at him like, what are you doing? He's not moving. Every year, me and my son find the worst tree on the lot for Christmas. This year is especially bad. The Star is Born. Crikey, that thing is horrible. At least it found a home though. Breakfast. That looks so good. Can I ask you something? Thank you. No, you cannot. Getting upvotes on your post. Getting comments on your post. Pollen. Death Star. Any questions? How come nobody loves me? What is a person from London called? My neighbor is from London. He's called Rob. Where can I keep a baby goat I impulsively bought? What the hell? This is a joke, right? This is Billy the goat. Can you find the hidden man's face? I'm looking at it and I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, it's right under his ear. His right, you know, the ear closest to us. If you look a bit to the bottom left of that, you should see his face. My girlfriend is my boyfriend, help. I've been going out with this girl for 3 months, and one day I said to her, you're the best girlfriend ever. And she was confused, and I thought I was joking, and she said she was a guy, and I thought she was a girl. So basically, I thought she was a girl, and she thought I was a girl, but we're both guys. What should I do? I really like him. Am I gay? I don't think this makes you gay, but I think dang with them makes you gay. I don't know. I'm not experienced in this field. I couldn't tell you. What is the phobia of chainsaws called? Common sense. I ran out of vegetable oil. I have Mobile 1 motor oil. Is it safe to cook with Mobile 1 oil? I don't even know what that is. I don't think so. Question for the class. Revenge of the Sith is rated PG-13, and as such is allowed 1 F-bomb. Where would you put it? The Senate will decide your fate. I am the frickin' American Senate. Which atomic model is depicted by the image below? Well, if you actually put your mouse over the image, it tells you. You can't defeat me. I know, but he can. If I had 100 friends, I would turn the phone off. Beep. One of the neighbors committed theft 30 minutes ago, but they all insist they were home at the time. Who is the lying one? Alex, look at Alex under his car. Alex committed theft. I like how their car and the house is the same color. This is an optical illusion corridor. You wouldn't want to be drunk here. Chimpanzee breaks into store, leaves wearing clothes. They came up with a crazy nice fit though. Kinda odd fit though, looking like a grandma. And you're missing trousers. Draw a pentagon and a rectangle. I quit. So you drew a penguin instead. Why is the emoji so much funnier on Android? Not everyone has an Android. A or B? Which one are you? I think A is nice when you're on holiday. I think B works in more situations. A is messy. I always associate A with being on holiday. Most popular sleeping positions. The fetus, log. Yearn a soldier, free faller, starfish, quapping. What sleeping position are you? Probably quapping. I sleep and then I wake up with my blanket on the floor. Because what's very weird about me is I don't really sleep with a duvet. I sleep with blankets. One's gotta go. Soul food. Mexican. Italian. Chinese. Choose your fighter. Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. Zuck is the agility build and Musk is the tank. Artist builds boat that looks like a giant zipper unzipping the water, the earth. I hope they don't go all around the earth. No tip, jazz only. Jazz? So we pay in jazz? How does that work? S-U-C-E. Close your eyes 75% and you'll see it. It's Pikachu. Me. I can't even read this meme because it's been poisoned. Test. Find the radius of the circles. The circles. If you can't see the number, you have cold, have headache, need sleep, need water, are cute, have low blood sugar. I see what you did here. Ghost, not terrible. Zombie, not terrible. Nuclear war, a little scary. Yowie. Once I was at the optometrist, and he was measuring my ability to see colors and said, the first thing about biology is that nature doesn't really do binaries, only spectrums. And I think about that a lot. Closed, open. Ugh, put those orbs away. I can't put these away, they're my eyes. Pick your fighter. Gilgamesh, the consumer of reality, versus Maurice. Power comes in many forms. Maurice wins. Gilgamesh is trying too hard to look scary and strong. People in cartoons. Which locker should we open? The locker. Interactive CPR training kiosk at an airport. So who are you doing mouth to mouth with? Eating a banana in the shower to know what it's like for the monkeys in the rainforest. Yeah, but they don't eat the food alone. I think they eat with their friends. Focus on the picture. It will change the direction of the stairs every 10 seconds. And this is one of the things that the mind cannot zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Liar! Multiple choice questions be like, is this man armed, unarmed? Well, it might be on his hip because maybe there's one extra hand he has. What to do if you were buried alive? 1, die. When I was around 5, I asked my mom why some people were different colors, and she said, because God wanted lots of flavors. And let me tell you, that was the wrong thing to say, because for the next 3 years, I thought God ate people when they died. You have to live here for 1 year. You'll have unlimited food, but you can bring one thing. What is it? One thing? Probably my computer, actually, yeah. I feel like most people would choose this. What would you guys choose? I mean, what else am I gonna do? I can't get off the island. You get your dream house, but it has 500 spiders all in its walls. New house and a nice meal. What? Okay, you can only write with one type of pen for the rest of your life. Which one are you picking? Ignoring the ink color. I have a star on my forehead. I have a heart on my forehead. Can I say something? You get 250 million, but you can't use the weather app for 10 minutes. Are you doing it? Dude, I'm shaking right now. I need to see the weather so bad. Come on, please let me check the weather. I'm itching for it. Why doesn't Italy finish their buildings? Man, my life sucks right now. Loser. You depict yourself as a Chad, yet real Chads lift those up who are in need of it, not kick them when they're down. I agree. Smile at them. Maybe they'll smile back. The guy who made interactive ads. The guy who made fake interactive ads. The r/bold subreddit is an example of wholesome masculine body positivity. Every post is a guy showing his clearly past the point of no return thinning hair and asking, is it time? And the top reply is always this image. Do not question the elevated one. Would you have to be upside down? Because there's no way you can balance like that. Would you have to stand in the cubicle? Ugh. I was playing a game I couldn't pause, and my mom walked into my room and wanted me to try the ribs she made. And I was like, okay, in a second. And she just went, it's okay, I can feed it to you. And she's just feeding me ribs while I'm fighting for my life. Here's an artistic rendition. The bouncer at the bar I work at give these tickets when they kick people out. Congrats, you have been kicked out of the bar because you You started a fight. You're a massive douche. You broke or stole bar property. You brought in outside alcohol. You're using a fake ID. Honestly, we can't just stand you, and we've been looking for an excuse to 86 you. I remember this bloke came up to me. I was in the toilets at this club, and he tried to fight me for no reason, and there were two of them. I bluffed though. I completely bluffed. I said I was like an MMA judo champion. Whatever I said, I lied. It didn't work though. It's just my friends somehow were looking for me because they didn't know where I went. You've been kidnapped. The last character from the last game you played are trying to rescue you. Who is coming to save you? Oh, I'm so glad I was playing Doom Eternal. I'm saved. Good luck to the kidnappers. Doom guy's coming to save me. Does that mean I'm in hell? Christian Bale. Christian Bale. Bale. Christian Bale. Christian Bale's Christian Bale. Christian Bale bailing Christian Bale's Christian Bale out of jail. Oh no, would you look at the weather? It's begin to hail. Oh my god. I've placed my finger as Markiplier. Wow, he looks really young here. Move! This will not work. No, I want to be like those schizo people on Instagram who think they can move things with their mind. I'm gonna move this ball. Feel free to ask questions. Teacher asks a legitimate question. Time out for you. I've never been timed out for asking a question. I just remember teachers getting annoyed because they assume you weren't listening and it's awkward asking questions. But to give a bit of grace, wasn't really listening, so... Are you more concerned about how much food ends up in the trash or how much trash is in the food? I think most people are concerned about how much it affects them, which is kind of sad, but also just the way things work. How in the world do scientists know when an animal or bug is extinct? Like, did you look everywhere? They lie. And then the animal will pop up again. It's like,
It's not extinct.
would you smash your friends for 10 billion? Me, soon to be a multi-billionaire, my homie. That's a small price to pay to be a billionaire. I could solve world hunger, but I could also be very selfish. Okay, you walk into your work bathroom and find this. What percentage of the cupcake do you think is technically safe to eat? If we're talking percentages, what you'd need to do is basically shave off most of it and eat the core. And that's still kind of gross. Maybe 20%. How long has it been in here? The smell of gasoline. The taste of gasoline. You've tried it? When you randomly smell that specific smell, you remember as a kid and the nostalgic memories come flooding in. Muffins spelled backwards is exactly what you do after taking them out of the oven. Who else remembers the sound these made, as well as the smell? This picture smells like cigarettes, but it's very cozy and warm. Clowns when someone smells their flower. You're 12 years old, swimsuit is dripping wet, and you're cold, and you don't remember what floor your room is on. Wow, I like the smell of your perfume. How much does that cost? $250. The best is water and dirt, or snow. Women get to smell like real things, vanilla, lavender, but men have to smell like concepts. Testing if sharks can smell a drop of blood. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Them. Oh, you can smell this photo. I'm also getting splinters by looking at it. Koalas use their noses to find friends and avoid enemies. Smells like witcher. It smelled amazing, but I felt so sad. Australia's biggest garlic bread factory burns down. Wow, what are you cooking? That smells really good starter pack. Man, none of these smell good enough. Man, bruh, this hits different. Hey, does this Dr. Pepper smell funny to you? It's chloroform. Smells very... Me, when I smell that smell I've smelled before. This dog can smell any cuties around. The actual smell of rain comes from plants. When plants are in a drought, they produce oils in replacement of water. When the time comes and it finally starts raining, the plants get their needed water and they release these oils in the air. And the smell of that oil is what we call smell of rain. The scent is called petrica. This is my favorite smell. Yeah, it's meant to be our favorite smell. It's so we can find water if we're dying of thirst. A photographer captured the exact moment a squirrel stopped to smell a daisy. Delicious. Finally some good news. Boys after scratching their nuts. Me making a sandwich. Firefighter trying to rescue me from my burning home. You ever smell the air and it smells like the 4th grade Scholastic Book Fair on a chilly Tuesday in October when you finally unclog your nose? I smell everything. I'm invincible. When I chop garlic or onions, my fingers smell like that for days, and it reminds me that I too am made of meat, and therefore also susceptible to being seasoned. Dad pumping gas. Mum, the smell of this gas is giving me a headache. Me in the back seat. Fun fact, if a person's body odor smells good to you, that means they have an immune system basically opposite of yours. This happens so the chances of finding a mate with the opposite immune system is greater, and the chances that any offspring you produce together will have a stronger immune system is greater. This is fascinating. So you're saying deodorant is the reason none of us can find love? Deodorants were created to solve a fake problem and thrived thanks to the patriarchy. Come to an anime convention and you will delete this. Guys, help. Which perfume should I get? I'm so confused. Turn down the volume. I can't smell. Turn up the brightness. In Ratatouille, Remy gags at the smell of linguine soup. Rats are physically unable to gag or vomit, which means that the soup was so atrocious it broke the laws of nature. Girls, OMG, I love French vanilla candle. It smells delightful and makes me cheer up. Boys, damn, this is fire. They don't know that I just ate a whole rotisserie chicken in my car. Why is that guy so greasy? That guy smells like an entire rotisserie chicken. Daily showers are purely performative. Ugh, and have no real benefit. Shut up, you expert. Bunch of lazy experts. The health benefit is so you don't smell like crap. Hope this helps. When you want to go to a barbecue, but you hate the smell of smoke on your clothes. The worst thing about cigarettes is the smell in your fingers. I don't know, I think lung cancer might be worse. Why did people stop putting pies on the windowsill? Too many people floating through the air when they smell it. Our hoodie's back. I don't want mine back, I just want to wear it for a minute while it smells like my wife. I also want a hoodie that smells like this guy's wife. Man, I wish there was a way to smell awful, feel awful, cover my entire house in tar, waste thousands of dollars, hurt everyone around me, and slowly end myself. Cigarettes. I smell like beef. Can you help me, please? Stay away from stray dogs, or take a shower. Your pick. McDonald's to sell limited edition 6-pack of candles that smell like quarter-pounder ingredients. Ketchup, pickle, cheese, onion, and beef. If I walk into a room that smells like pickles, I will immediately become physically aggressive. Scientists have confirmed that some individuals can smell the rain coming. Here I was thinking it was something we all could just do. I guess everything is natural in the world to an extent. There's soap that makes you smell like gunpowder, campfire, and whiskey. Ah yes, my sop. I can literally smell this picture. Sweat, rubber, and an odd foam smell. What are you doing next? Roll in that spot every morning before I leave the house. What is it? We can smell from a quarter of a mile away? Blood. Not toast? No. Eugene, I think I'm having a stroke. I can feel and smell this picture. When you smell that one co-worker's walk by wind, we have to get out of here. There's a carbon monoxide leak. I don't smell anything. I'm feeling a little sleepy. I think I'll take a nap. Chloroform. Does this smell like it to you? When you're on your 367th try of a boss fight, and you get further than you ever have, and suddenly your hands get really sweaty, your nose itches, and you start to smell colors. Isn't that a sign of having a stroke? I swear nothing in this whole entire world smells better than the person you love. Have you ever walked by a Cinnabon? You don't have to tell people you farted. They will know from the smell. In life, you don't gotta tell people you're making moves. They'll know from the results. The way my neighbor makes the entire apartment building smell like boiled feet. I'm about to sit outside their door with Febreze on full blast till they get the hint. Oh, turns out he died. 3 different uncles at a barbecue. The cool uncle who smells like drugs and lives in the woods, but the woods are just outside town and he works out at Planet Fitness. Uncle who you always looked up to until you find out he's in a cult and is also homophobic, but says he's okay with the lifestyle. Mum's brother. How Tide Pods smell. How they taste. What's going on with his eyes? Is he dead? You're bedridden with flu and are alone at the house. You begin to smell something burning. It's getting closer. It's just the man in your walls making you breakfast. Wake up! I made you breakfast. I love you. The best smell in the world. New book. Freshly cut grass. A barbecue. Your mum. Gasoline. Putting deodorant on people that smell. I think I would cry if someone did this to me. Well, I'd rather you cry than other people cry around you because you smell so bad. Cry. What hand sanitizer smelled like before the virus versus what it smells like now. Me, on my first day as an electrician, and I hear this guy say, "You smell like you farted." Farted. I'm obsessed with smelling good. Honestly, one of the best compliments to hear is that you smell good. Someone, do you smell the air? Californians, New Yorkers, Midwesterners. Yep, that's a tornado coming in 2 days. Y'all better get ready. What the hell is cool sport rush? Going on a date? You've got to smell like the very best for that. That fresh smell of wanting to pass away in the morning. Call her a candle because she's hot. Smells good and might burn the house down if I leave her alone for too long. The 4 horsemen of things that smell better than they taste. The 2 horsemen of why do they smell so good? The smell of food awakened an ancient evil. Beekeeping dog in astronaut suit detects infected hives by smell. It's 2014. Why do boys still think girls like the smell of axe? I don't know about you, but I love the smell of an axe in my hands. It smells like wood polish and cold iron. It smells like powder and fur. Or maybe boys wear axe for themselves and don't need things for women's approval. Ooh, reversed! New Teslas don't come with a new car smell. They come with an Elon Musk. I feel like I should have smelt that one coming. The smell of cooked bacon. Every article of clothing within 2 square miles. I'm at Five Guys with $5. What can I get? A smell? You can get a peanut if you ask nicely. If you're a young person, it might be hard to really understand this, but the whole world used to smell like cigarettes. OMG, you smell so good. Your cologne smells too much. Everyone has their own smell, but when 2 people start living together, does one person adopt the other's smell, or do they get a new smell together? What happens if they break up? Who gets that new smell? Does one resort back to their own smell? My wife took my scent in the divorce. My wife and I are currently fighting for who has the scent. We're not mixing. Friend, you can't smell a picture. Me. My Japanese cat loves to sit near my rice cooker and smell the steam of freshly cooked rice. Yeah, if he was a Japanese, he wouldn't be doing that, would he? If your fart were 30 times stronger, it would smell sweet until we meet again. Loud fart sound. Silent fart sound. Loud fart smell. Silent fart smell. Did you know wrapping your leg in cabbage makes your legs smell like cabbage? People who smell like they've taken a shower and practiced proper hygiene. Boring. You're boring. And you're also smelly. Nothing good can come from this. Me, after a big meal stuffed to my eyeballs, will never eat again. Also me, the smell of barbecue. Teacher, my 5 senses, I can hit pictures. You can't hit pictures. Velcro. Why listen to their footsteps when you can smell their fur? Husband spends 2 years planting thousands of scented flowers for his blind wife to smell and get her out of depression. Happiness does have a smell. This picture smells like a Burlington coat factory. I love spring. The flowers have such lovely smells. Abort, too many smells. If you smell a flower, aren't you just snorting flowers? Gum. Who the hell starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Oxygen could actually really smell bad, and our noses have just gotten used to the smell. Babies cry all the time because the air smells so bad and they haven't got used to the smell yet. Probably a lot of things we don't understand which babies experience, yeah. Weird how no one ever comments on the absence of smells unprompted. The nose just isn't a topic of conversation unless it's urgent, huh? It's dark in here. Normal, regular observation. Finally, some quiet. Regular exclamation. Doesn't smell like anything in here. Absolutely deranged sentence. I'm not touching anything right now. Small talk on the International Space Station. House has a tiny nose above his head. Once my brother's friend walked into his room and just started sniffing the air and went, "Oh, I smell a quarter," and then walked over to a pile of clothes and moved it and picked up a quarter. And I can't stop thinking about it. It's been like a year and it still haunts me. Is your brother's friend Mr. Krabs? Shaming women for our body odor is low-key sexist. Shut up. If you smell, that's not sexist. That's just hygiene. That's a hygiene issue. Why you gotta make everything about sex? Whoa, slow down, friend. Don't you know that sometimes you have to stop and smell the flowers? And you have a friend. It's a competition. I'm smelling all the flowers. Kid with AirPods. Do I smell poor? Kid with a Samsung smart fridge. I'm sorry, is this some sort of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand? Me with a blocked nose, thinking about all the great times I had with an unblocked nose. Isn't it so funny how cats naturally smell so clean and soft like cookies and vanilla, and then there's dogs. Do people with cats not know how they and their apartment smell? Human crewmate smells like rain. You smell that? Yeah, some humans can feel it in their bones, especially when bones have been broken and healed or have decayed. Most of us get it with age. Alien crewmate, aside to another alien crewmate. What the hell? This local pizza place threw out their leftover dough in a garbage bin, and it started growing. Firstly, how much leftover dough do you need to make it? How long did you leave it out for? When your mum smells relaxation in the air, reject modernity, embrace tradition. When you sit at the table hungry, and the food smells delicious, but you must wait for mealtime prayer to finish. You smell so good. What are you wearing? You using the Super Mario Bros. Shampoo? I was using the Pyro shampoo growing up. That smells amazing. If I ever do a PO box and someone sends me that, I'll give you my channel. Teacher. Oh yeah, I mean, I can't smell this picture because I haven't been in the army. It's called aura, bro. Dude, you need to get out of my house. You smell like crap. Me, at my swim swimming lesson with friends. Disgustingly drawn pool. Yay! Sniff, sniff. Ah, yes, that perfect combination of water and chlorine. Such a fabulous smell. Did you know African warriors could see, hear, and smell over 3.5 miles away? But after they were made captives, Europeans' diet dulled their senses. I'm not sure about hear and smell and see 3.5 miles, but I'm sure the diet did dull their senses, especially if it wasn't natural food, or as natural. A friend got mad at me for smelling his sister's underwear. I don't know if it was because she was still wearing them, or because the rest of the family was there. Either way, it made the rest of the funeral very awkward. Women who smoke what they look like versus what they smell like. And you make cigarettes which smell nice. Guess that's famous. Not really. What's the most useless piece of advice you can give me? You can eat water by freezing it first. You can smell water by boiling it first. You can break water by punching a... Well, Sony is working on allowing PlayStation players to smell in-game scents in real life. I know where I'm going in games if PlayStation actually makes this a thing. Like, you know too. When I'm eating, and all of a sudden, I smell the scent of 2016 for a few seconds. And I know I'll never be able to get that feeling back. There's this one road in London which just is so nostalgic to me. I don't know the name of it, but I've walked down there a few times just somehow in my life, and it smells the same. It smells nostalgic. I just watched my boyfriend hunt down a single ant by smell. Apparently, he has a genetic quirk that makes him extra sensitive to the smell of formic, or possibly oleic acid, which is a chemical messenger for ants. He just caught a whiff and proceeded to locate one ant in our bathroom. He says they smell like a mixture of blue cheese and gasoline. I guess I'm dating a human anteater. Imagine if your boyfriend was like, I can smell an ant, and started tracking. Remember that post was like, what if everyone has a superpower, but we don't really notice it because it's overwhelmingly likely to be something completely pointless. If you have a little cat and you come home from outside, remember this, they cannot ask you questions in the way another human can, and you cannot tell them things the way you can answer another human. So when they sniff you, let them sniff you. That's their way of asking you about your day. I will let her sniff my hand with her tiny baby kitty nose as soon as I get home, and then you smell her back to give the same energy. Please, please, please help me find more cats smelling a smelly smell. I smell the Japanese. I smelled it so bad I just had to leave. People with very sensitive noses are capable of smelling when it's about to rain due to atmospheric chemicals reacting and creating ozone, which has a pungent, sweet smell. The thunderstorm's downdrafts carry it from higher altitudes to nose level. If you can smell a fart while wearing a face mask, then you can get the virus while wearing a mask. Until we meet again. It's not the same thing, you idiot. You still can get it, but it lowers the charts. Why do toilets smell so bad? I traveled to Switzerland to learn about the science of scent. Bill Gates, because we poop in them. Bill, this one isn't that difficult. Hey Dub, wanna hold the baby? Here you go. Why are you so incredibly excited? Because she's my girl. Gimme. Smell sweet. I have never smelled a child, but I imagine it might be the same smell as when you smell a puppy, right? And I looked into that, and the reason why puppies smell good, or just, I guess young animals in general, is because bacteria hasn't really had a chance to settle down or do anything. That's the reason. That's why they smell so fresh, so full of life, I guess. Teacher, the 5 senses are smell, taste, hear, feel, and see. I can hear pictures. You can't hear pictures. Memes about senses. Ooh, maybe I could do meme about feel then. Memes you can feel, memes you can smell, memes you can taste, memes you can hear. Oh! I like that. I'm a